A glass of ice.
My ringers.
Oh dear.
There we go. We should be live. Hello, everyone. Pull ISM. Welcome to Friday Night Live at the Bench. We're back at last. Let me just make sure I'm actually live on the right channel. I haven't put it on the. We're on the right channel. That's good. We've had a couple of weeks off for one thing or another. I think it's done a few of us a world of good, and hopefully you can all understand why. I did explain it in my video, and I hope it was pretty clear in there. So there's a few changes that have gone on, and if you miss this bit in the show, you're going to be redirected back to it because I'm not repeating all this. So not only have we got new members, which I'm going to take the spotlight off me and put it on gallery. So we've got some new members. We've got Mr. Roland Hewitt, all the way from South Africa. We've got Mr. Dan Croak, who's Irish but doesn't live in Ireland. And we've got Luke, who unfortunately is Welsh and does live in Wales. So these are people who have been enjoying our hangouts for some time. We got to know them. I think they're really nice guys, and I thought they'd be a good addition to the live show. After thinking about it for the 2 weeks, I realised I'm wrong. We're looking for new. No, I'm joking. So yeah, we've added a few new people. Hopefully, to add a bit more variety and interest. And it'd be nice to have somebody that actually speaks German, because Roland is actually German by birth. So we don't have to butcher all those names now. Roland can actually say it. And Luke can speak Welsh and pretend he's speaking German. So, yeah, we got that. So, yeah, we've got a few new members to the team. So tonight you're going to see Dan get an interview, Mr. Croak. He's our victim for tonight. And next week, Roland will be interviewed. And, of course, we did Luke 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes.
Was it? Yeah. A long time ago, that now, isn't it? Yeah. So that way you'll get to know all the new guys. And, well, you'll know why we don't like them then, basically.
Yeah.
Sadly, though, we've added new people. We've lost one as well. We've lost our dear old Timmy. Tim's having a few life things at the minute, and I think he's just taking a bit of time out for himself and his family to get things sorted. And obviously this is a big commitment every week, especially the section Tim was doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's always taken a lot of work. And as everyone, I've enjoyed the 2 weeks we've had off, and I know a few other lads have as well. Yep. It can get on top of you, and a change is as good as a rest. And Tim's decided for himself and his family, he wants to step down from the live show and, yeah, do what he needs to do. So we all wish Tim all the best luck in the world. We all love Tim. He's brilliant. And from day one of the live show, he's been here for the past, I think it's 5 years we've been doing this now. Yep. And he's put a lot of effort and work into the show over the years, added a lot of comedic moments over the years, and made my ring piece pucker up on more than one occasion. So we are going to miss him immensely. Hopefully he'll still stay in our chat, and we'll still see him on a Friday. But yeah, life creeps up sometimes, and you've got to do what's best for yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Tim put a post up the other day explaining things. And what we don't want is all the stupid rumours going around that's happened in the past. Oh, no one's fault of anybody.
No.
Tim's just got to do things for himself, and family will always come first.
Absolutely.
Over everything. And that is that. So sadly, we lost Tim, and he will be missed. Luke, when you're reading the chat, you're just going to have to start getting names wrong and mispronouncing things. And, yeah. You muted there, bud. You muted. Just to add that comedic element in the team.
Trying to offend whole continents.
Trying to offend people.
Yeah. Countries, if you can. Not specific people, but whole countries.
Whole countries. So we've lost Tim, but we gained Roland, Luke, and Dan, and that's really depressing.
It was a shit swap.
It was terrible. We've been well and truly fleeced.
Is it too late to get a refund?
Probably. Another decision that's been made, and it was made by me because it is my overall decision on this, is the live shows we were doing Friday nights which takes a lot of, we're late at night, it's time you could be spent with your family and what have you. And all the guys do make the commitments every week to be here. We do Sunday mornings, which I love the Sunday mornings. They're great. We get different people in. It's nice and relaxed. We just get to sit and chill. And we were doing Wednesdays as well. And Wednesdays came about more from the stay-at-home hangouts we were doing during the lockdown last year, that we said if we went into lockdown again, we'd try and do every day. And every day is just too much. It just doesn't be time to do anything. So we tried to do it on a Wednesday. But it's like a never-ending live show. And especially now they're on video and everything.
Yeah.
I've just constantly got a camera on me or running and everything. So we made the decision to ditch the Wednesday morning shows. Whether that's permanent, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But Friday nights and Sundays are definitely sticking. I like the Sunday ones. They're good fun. We get different people. We get different people joining the hangouts because they're off work. So they're definitely going to stick around. So that, I think, is the main news of what's changed. We've got a few proposals, which I'll let Alan talk about in a second.
Oh, cheers.
That's your idea. Edited by me and Gary. No, you can propose it, mate. It was your thought, so give you the credit for it, because it's a good idea. So tonight we've got Dan's interview. Next week we've got Roland's interview. The week after that will be it's not a 2-hour speed build now. It's going to be a 90-minute speed build. Jim's like, because Jim's heard none of this because he wasn't here. So the past speed builds we've done, we bought starter kits, fixed Revel, and we've used the crappy paint in the pots, the glue that come with a poly glue or whatever, and the bent brush, because the brush is always bent in the pots. Packages behave there as well. And using poly glue and brush painting with your fingers just take quite a while. On this one, we're going to allow everything to be used in your arsenal. Literally all the glues, tools, sanders, airbrushed, a lot. And I think if we did that on that kit we've picked, which actually looks a really good kit, I think we'd all finish that with ease within 2 hours. So I think to challenge ourselves, I think we should say 90 minutes.
Good luck.
You've got no choice in this. Everybody decided this. So
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So are we up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only going to catch fire anyway.
Yeah, it's going to look awful. If you do a good job, fair play to you. But and then at the end, if we can all set fire to them somehow, and you all send me footage of your burning kits, if you want to, you don't have to.
I'll do it live in the kitchen.
Yeah, again. I'll make a little montage because I'm going to video build mine and put it up on the channel as a build. I'll do a little collage of us burning all the kits and we'll see how much hatred we can get from burning from burning a 4-quid kit that nobody gives a shit about. We built in 90 minutes. Yeah. So we'll do that. So what do you think? I think we could do them in 90 minutes. It's such a nice little kit that I've also got another proposed one as well. We buy the same kit again. We try and build it properly as a group build later on in the year, maybe. Yeah, and see what we can actually do with it, because it looks quite good, I think, the kit, to be honest.
To be fair, it don't look a bad kit.
Well, looks all right for 4 quid. I'll build another one.
What did you go by?
Playing as well, so I'd like to have a proper go afterwards.
Yeah. What'd you say, Sam?
What did you all buy?
Tomcat, is it?
I think most of us bought that little 1144 Tomcat.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like 4 quid. Oh, I got Roland's got his dress on. Sorry, we've had that joke 3 times. So that kit there was like £4.40 on Amazon. They're cheap. And it looks really good, to be fair.
I bought the flanker. I think it was the same price.
Yeah,
I got the Fox Hound.
I think we've got a bit of a group building that later on in the year, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll have a look. Right, so that's all my crap done. Bar just needs to explain tonight. So we've got Dan's interview. We've got a huge section from Simon of what we've been buying.
Oh my God, sorry.
Simon. We've got Dan's section of what has been finished this week. We've got a £20 giveaway to do, £20 giveaway in Dan's section to do, and questions with the crew for Al to do tonight. Now, Al has very kindly volunteered to take over Tim's section. So in 2 weeks, it'll be Al's dry run of that. So hopefully we can all help out by and viewers, if you see new kits, send them to Al.
Yeah,
if you can, it'd be really helpful. Or one of us, whatever. Simon, be great one.
Yep.
Send it. Everyone send everything to Simon. No, don't send it to Al. Send it to Al. And Alan had an idea which he presented earlier. Me and Gary kind of added a bit, and I think we come with quite a good little idea there. So I'm going to hand you over to Al. Make it even better. I'll put him on spotlight.
Oh, cheers, Paul. Nice one.
I'll take it. I'm only joking. There you go.
So a few people have mentioned that with Dan's section, we used to have what have you been building this week, and now obviously it's gone now to what have you completed this week, and a lot of people are missing seeing the part built models and what people are actually working on. Whilst it's going to be too much to have a section in its own right, which people can post into that. What we've decided we're going to do is each member of the ISM crew will pick a kit from the ISM Facebook page or the forum, and we'll basically pick something that we've seen that people are working on, and we'll present why we like that particular piece of work or what the person's working on. Yep. As an added thing.
It's a good idea because a lot of other live feeds do go through their page and pick out builds. Now, we could quite do that on ISM, but with nearly 20,000 members.
Oh my God, yeah.
We'll be there quite a while going through that because it's such a diverse page as well. There's all sorts on there, isn't there? Yeah. So if we, there's 12 of us, if we all pick a build we've seen that week, and chuck it in our live chat with, the name and the description and the pictures and what have you, Roland very kindly offered to do a little section on it. Maybe each week we're going to do a trial run next week. I think we said, didn't we, Roland?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see how it goes, but it's another section to add to the show. It was a good idea from Alan, Gary, and myself, I suppose. We'll take the credit for that one, eh?
Yeah.
Yep. So
You go.
If it works.
Yes, we'll see. It's all down on Roland. People might not really understand him.
Oh, well.
If it doesn't, just Alan.
I think that's all we've got to talk about, isn't it?
Pretty much covered it.
Right, good night, everyone.
See you next week.
Anyone think about the buddy builds, group builds, Paul? Or we're just going to leave that for now about what we spoke about the other day?
Yeah, go on. Go for it.
As everybody knows, the group build stroke buddy builds, we've taken all the start dates and end dates off them. Some people have said that because there's no end dates, that they're not actually progressing with the models because there's no incentive to get the models finished. So what we're proposing to do is add a 3-month end date, which will be 3 months prior to the start date on every buddy build stroke group build. So hopefully that should give people plenty of time to complete the model they're working on. Hopefully
3 months subsequent to the start date. I don't have a time.
3 months. Subsequent to the start date. Yeah. You know what I meant. Hey, I've been up early.
Is this a build or a build?
Built. It's a built.
A build.
Oh dear, I know what he's thinking now.
Right then, is anybody else got anything else we need to add?
Nope, pretty much covered it.
Yeah. Okay, just trying to think if I've got anything else to add. No. Right, Luke.
Yes.
Do you want to read the chat?
Yes, mate.
Good man. Get things wrong.
No,
don't.
Remember, entire countries.
No, don't, because Luke will do a much better job of offending people than anybody else could.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So, first in this evening, Simon Shaw is saying evening peeps. Brandon Drescher's there saying hi guys, great to be back.
Hey Brandon.
Dennison, good evening fellow spoof fiddlers. Your weekend starts here. Brian Windmill, welcome back guys. Hope you are all well.
Hi Brian.
King Dan, yo peeps, and lots of gay emojis. Timson72 saying evening Paul. Oh, nice. No one else.
Hello.
Alan Parker saying evening one and all.
Famous game streamer now as well.
And Claire's there.
Right, 9 viewers.
Hey, hi everyone. Hello, Claire. We're all good. Some bloke from Black Rifle Model Works. Good evening, folks. Paul Savage saying hi all. Model Kit Beginner. Is that a new name? I've been out the loop for a couple of weeks.
Not seen that one before.
Yeah, let us know your real name.
I think that's Roland.
That's Roland, isn't it? Yeah. He's saying, how's it? That's definitely Roland.
Yeah, that was the giveaway.
Yeah, that's a giveaway, exactly.
Okay, how's it, guys? Hello, Roland. Ben Snyder's saying evening, everyone. John Stone is there saying welcome back, team. Great to see you all. Have a great one and all. Model on. Cheers, John. Patrick McGeever, evening all. Mr. Al McNeish, good evening, everybody. Adam's there saying, hey, everyone. Hope you guys are all well. Not too bad, mate. I see you. Dan Croak is saying, good evening, everyone. Hugh Gordon is there. Good evening, all. Ian Darthwaite saying, evening, everyone. Evening, Ian. Hope you're well, mate. Hey, Mika. Hi, all. Scale Motor, Mr. Luke Ward is saying, evening, everyone. Paul Gower is saying, hi, all. The Wise Monkey 8888. Hey, I tell you what. Oh. We'll wait and see. Mr. Mike Mountains there from Scaly Models saying hi, one and all. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
The Wise Monkey is saying that's a blast, lads. Okay. Tribune 43 is saying hi, welcome back, all. Hello, mate. Mark H0151, hi, all. Brian Wimwell, all the best to Tim. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Kelly's with us saying welcome back to the show. Hope Luke and Paul doing okay.
Hello.
How you doing, Luke? You all right, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks.
It's just practicing.
Adam, gonna miss his names. Yeah, we all are, mate. We all are. Big shoes to fill, that. Richie Lamb saying, evening, guys. My birthday was yesterday. Now the live show is back. Win-win. Happy birthday, Richie. Dean Slater's there saying, welcome back, guys. Hope everyone had a good week. Yeah, it was all right, mate. Francis Bear is saying, welcome back, live show. Happy to see everyone. Hello, Francis. Ethics Workshop. Hello, lads. Almost after half a year, I finally found time to see you again. Well, hello. Digsby James saying hello all. Sorry I'm late. No problem. Gary Pash is there. We'll miss Tim's regular food part, but at least we still have Simon for the comedic value. Willie Mack is saying, good evening, good sirs at the bench, and a very warm welcome to all in chat. Auntie Pakala's there saying, good evening, hope everyone is well. And Mr. Colin Wilkinson, Festa 67 Workshop, saying, hi, gang, hi, chat. Hello, Colin.
Hey, Colin.
Bob the Fish saying, greeting, chaps. Gary Pash is saying, just look forward to seeing multiple Jolly Rancher Tomcats on fire at the end of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Hugh Gordon saying, well done, Al. Good luck. Yeah, he'll need it, mate. He's busy, that. And Mr. McNeish is saying, any aftermarket decals for that one, Gary? Not sure I'll get to that stage. You will, Al, a man of your talents. It's grey. Won't take long to paint it. Francis Power is saying, good idea. Digsby James sounds like a great idea. Ray Aquilina is saying, hello, my friends. Happy Friday night to all you guys. Ray. Hello, Ray. Sam McMillan, evening, everybody. Ray Aquilina saying hello to Colin. Gary Pash is saying he thinks there's a handful of 144 Tomcat sheets out there, Al.
Yeah.
Chris Barreal saying, good afternoon from Texas. Hope everyone is doing well.
Hey.
Chris.
Howdy.
Gary's saying, if it's a failure, just blame him. Roger that. Steve Corbett is there saying, after a painful, crappy week, it's great to see you guys back to cheer me up. We're going to end the week on a high, Steve.
Hope you're on the mend, Steve.
Creeping Vampire is saying that he has ordered an F-14 Tomcat.
Yeah. Excellent.
Mr. Jim Clark is there saying hi all. Bimmer 46, nice to see you back, lads. Hope you're all doing well and happy. Happy is probably a bit of a stretch, mate.
Yeah.
And that's just normal for us.
Yeah.
As don't do in any situations, we're just all miserable gits.
Yeah, we're all miserable. Joel Grit, hi guys, good to see you back. Gianluigi has deleted his message. Oh. Harry Marwick, good evening, everyone. Brian Wimwell, at least Paul's not hanging out in the toilets and bushes tonight.
No idea he's on about. I think it's a bit of wishful thinking now from Brian.
Kelly's saying, meant you were okay, Luke Carswell, earlier. I know, Kelly, I was taking a piss.
Oh.
But thank you. John Howell, a very good evening, everyone. Just started his first full week of work this year, and I need it so much. I wish it was my first full week of year. Steve's saying, good evening, one and all. Devil Dog Dot Games saying hello all. And RC UK Scale Models, good evening all. And we are ready there.
Cool.
Oh, Mark snuck in saying, good evening all. I'm slowly finding my way back after not being well. I hope you're on the mend, Mark.
Yeah, I hope you're all right, mate.
All the best, Mark.
Yeah. All the best. Right then. We've got a lot to do. So, Simon, do you want to do your bit? Get out of the way.
Yeah, can do, mate.
Go on then, mate.
I think I'm all lined up. We just
that was noise to Simon's ears, then, wasn't
it? Oh, right. Hang on.
Francois there saying hi guys, nice to see you all back. Mike says hi food, great to see you all back, and John Paul says hi all.
Hello.
Oh, I could have put that in. Hang on, I could put it in. I'll open the comments back up.
Right then, folks. Hopefully my screen is sharing. First up, and there's going to be a bit of a theme, as everyone will see, and Paul's already talked about F14 Tomcat in 1 to 144 from Revel for me. Managed to find a little bit of a bargain on eBay, the Porsche 935 K2 from Aoshima.
Cool.
And managed to nab me some very useful distributor caps from somebody called Scale Motor.
Who knows that?
Well done, mate.
It's like Gatling
Another
guns.
bloke in Wales.
Never heard of her.
Yeah.
We're a cross-dresser from Wales.
Easy now, Tim.
Next up this week, we have Mr. Dan Scattergood, who's got a Tomcat as well.
He's got his priorities right. You see the composition of the picture?
You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Strategic, that's strategic.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Dan.
He's also got himself a Star Wars AT-AT level 3 kit. So
the movie poster?
Going to be tricky, Dan.
They come with a poster?
Hey, what?
Does it come with a poster?
Yep.
You son of a bitch.
I have two now.
Oh.
Well, I don't. I have one on the roof, and Sarah confiscated one for our duds. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Looks cool anyway.
Yeah.
And he also got himself one of these, a Jeremy Bullock Boba Fett signed picture.
Yep.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Well, he's dead now, so yeah, they'll not be signing no more.
Yeah. Should go up in value, hopefully, then.
Yes. Yeah, there's a couple more things that. Yeah.
He also got himself a Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd signed picture from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm surprised he could sign that as well, Mr. Fox.
That's neat. That.
Well,
Rubbish is stealing tambourines.
Bit shaky.
He also got another plate for his cave door, which I'm guessing from the top line is the number on the USS Enterprise from Star Trek.
Yes.
Okay, that away.
That
really
technically is the very first iteration of the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah.
That number.
And to compete his Star Wars Fest, he got Darth Vader's TIE Fighter as well in 157.
Yeah.
Very nice, mate.
Cool.
Next up, we have Brandon Drescher. Did I click that? Yeah. He got a few goodies from USCP and a donor kit for the Fast and Furious Civic. Novitec wheels and tyres are for the Ferrari Berlinetta build. Very nice. He also picked up a few more a local Ollie's bargain outlet. Not bad for $8.50 for the cars and $16.99 for the semis with his 15% off coupon. He's got a couple of semi trucks there. VW Scirocco, I'd like that. Wouldn't mind getting hold of one of those. 57 Ford, Plymouth GTX, Hurst Oldsmobile 69, Mustang GT, and the Chevelle convertible as well. Very nice. Very nice. Good prices of those as well.
Yeah.
He also got two more Tamiya kits, the Toyota Celica and the Jaguar XJ220, both in 120.
I like a Jag.
And that Jag XJ220 is getting more and more difficult to find.
Yes.
A bit of a pain, that. Next up, we have Mr. John Bellos. All these cats needed a Viper. He's got himself an F16C in 1 to 144th, which I think is going to be his entry for the speed build. And he'll be doing it alongside us.
Good lad.
Complex scheme, but anyway.
Yeah, Decals will be tough.
Got an F14A as well. Mr. Luke Ward, this is sorry, Luke. Very nice.
Anything good in that Asda mag?
Not really, to be honest.
Next up, we have James Williams, who got himself an Aoshima Lamborghini Aventador in 124th. Very nice.
What the hell does anniversary, I mean?
I've no idea. Do you know what? I'll tell you what that means. It means we can take more money off you.
Ah.
Italian for yellow.
He also got himself the 124th McLaren Senna. Very nice.
Please don't paint it green.
A Fujimi Honda Mugen. Very nice. CRZ. He also got himself a Fujimi 124th Mark II Grande sedan. That's a Nissan, isn't it, Alan? You're the Nissan man.
Almost an Escort.
Yeah, it is.
And he also got a couple more Nissans from Fujimi in 124th. Two station wagons, basically. Very nice. He's going to, one of these is going to get mixed together with the next purchase to create an estate R34, which leads nicely on to the next purchase, which is, when it decides to load, a Skyline GTR.
Oh, wow. I like that.
That's a nice car.
Yeah, the mine's one. Yeah, nice car.
Sure, I'd want to butcher that, to be honest, but play. Let's do something different. And then move on to Mr. Dave Allen, who picked this up cheap, a Mini Cooper from Revell in 124th. He also got the Revell 124th Ford GT Le Mans 2017. Very nice. And he got a Father's Day gift of a Chevy stepside pickup 2-in-1 from Revell in 125th.
Sweet.
Very nice indeed. Next up, we have Adam Smith, who got himself a Tamiya Mercedes AMG GT3 in 124th from Tamiya, saying, "Good evening, chaps. Hope you all had a good few weeks. Went on a bit of a tear. Sorry, Simon, in advance. There are a few coming up. Finally found this kit at a reasonable price on eBay. Nice one. I don't know where I got eBay from." Next up, he also got the Tamiya LaFerrari in 124th.
Oh, wow.
That's nice. He got himself a 24 scale Aventador from Fujimi.
Look. Oh, no, it's Fujimi. Might be all right with that one.
I don't know, it might be all right. He also got a Ducati 1199 Pagnale from Tamiya in 112th. Very nice.
It's a Panigale.
Panigale.
He also got himself a Yamaha YZF R1M in 112 from Tamiya. Very nice indeed.
Nice.
He got himself a Honda Repsol RC213V. Again, 112 from Tamiya. That's nice. I like that scheme on that. He also managed to get himself a JLC razor saw for the resin bits in various detail kits. Very nice.
Fancy.
Good.
We've got some Alclad hot metals as well and armored glass color. Very nice. A few sets of Absalom 502 oils with various thinners and a set of Marta Kolinsky brushes. Very nice indeedy. I do like this as well. He got himself a 24 scale McLaren P1 GTR from Alpha Models.
I've been looking at those more and more. They look awesome.
Yeah,
and I'll keep on saying now.
Hearing a lot more positive comments on Alpha Models.
I've not got 150 quid to drop on one, sadly.
What?
Not cheap, but they seem to be producing better quality stuff than they were a while ago. So.
Just don't message him whatever you do.
He also got himself an Army cast resin wind set for the 48 scale B1B Lancer. Very nice. And finally, he got himself the infamous 48 scale snow speeder from you, our very own Mr. Bretland. Thanks again, Paul. Hope it's all you. That's it. Hope you all have a great weekend. And as always, thanks for looking.
Good man. Enjoy it. Everyone who's mad to make my building it. Piss off.
Nice call there, Adam, this week. Well done, mate.
Yeah, lovely haul that, mate.
Yeah. Could still do a couple more of those Mercedes myself. Next up, we have our very own Mr. Gary Pashley. No true purchase this week, but some goodies recently acquired to help him with a couple of projects. Thanks to Alan Parker for drawing up and printing some 1/32 Dominican Republic Mustang decal so he can finally do a late FAD F51D. How they looked in the 1970s through to final retirement in 83. Nice one, mate.
Crazy that, isn't it? 83
Very
and they're still
nice.
flying them.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Stuart Rose for the 3D printed £100 bombs for an upcoming project.
Expensive.
Nice.
I said the wrong thing, yeah.
And finally, thanks to Mr. Sam McCord, no more excuses now, a HD webcam.
And he said he's tested out on chat roulette. It's really good at close-ups.
Yeah. Of the moustache.
Yeah. The dark shadows. It's very good in dark areas.
Next up, we have Mr. Aaron Timpson, who got some Tamiya brushes and cotton buds from umpretail.com.
Got to say as well, big fan of your shoes.
Yep.
Timpson, yeah.
There's no P in it.
God. Next up, we have our very own Mr. Al McNeish.
Oh, yeah, move on.
Enough, an F14A Tomcat.
Ooh.
But it's not an A.
Next up, we have Shane Wright, who got himself a 124 scale Messerschmitt BF109 G10 from Trumpeter.
Won't be small.
We have Mr. Alan Parker next, who got himself a Tomcat, not surprisingly. He also got himself a F4U-4 Corsair from Revell. Very nice. 172nd. He got himself a Jaguar XJR9LM in 124 from Tamiya.
Ooh,
nice one. I like that.
Cheap that was.
Yeah, he did well. He also got himself a Nissan Skyline GTR Nismo Custom.
I need to get another one of those as well.
Yeah.
124th.
When are you getting the 12th one, Alan?
Yeah.
He also got a 120th Tyrrell P34, 1977 Monaco GP.
I would love that kit. That's beautiful.
And he got himself a new display cabinet for the cave. He just needs to get some decent models to put in it now.
You got it?
Well, at least ones that are finished.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I'm getting there.
That's the in progress cupboard.
Yeah.
That looks good, mate. Decent size, that. We're getting through them. Next up, we have
Simon. Doing well.
He found a couple of car kits of vehicles that he likes, brand new in box, but purchased from an individual thinning his stash. First up is a 124th Fujimi Toyota S800.
It's quite an interesting little car.
Weird. Well, I was just about to say weirdly, I like that.
It's cool, isn't it, little thing? Yeah.
Lovely little car.
I don't think I'd get in that, though. Yeah, I don't think I'd get in that thing.
It reminds me of the Honda S600.
It might be a tight fit, Paul.
Yeah. Probably put it in my pocket.
I'm going to say you could walk off with it.
He also got himself a Peugeot 206 WRC in 124 from Tamiya. Very nice.
Kit. Really good kit.
And I think that was it for Digsby. He did one of those earlier this year as well. That's the.
No, he didn't. Steve Corby did.
Oh, Steve, sorry, yeah. Digsby also got some supplies. Getting hard to find primers right now, so visit a surplus store to get a display turntable and camera mount. Very nice.
On your bike.
And his kids got him a present for Father's Day, the F4B Phantom 2 in Tamiya in 1/48 scale. Been waiting for the F4 kit to come along, was leaning towards the Academy, but decided to wait, and now he's glad that he did. Very nice indeed. Next up, we have Mr. Dean Slater, who got himself the Academy F1 Benetton B195 Renault in 1/20th scale. And he got some decals from Museum Collection as well. I'd like to see what that kit's like inside.
I was about to say that as well.
Yeah,
I'd like to see it too. Thought about it.
If you're listening, Dean, and you can, if you could post a picture on ISM page of the inside of the kit, that'd be really great.
Oh yeah, would love that.
He also got some Racing 43 decals as well for his BMW M6 GT3. Very nice. And that's for the B-Max version of the M6. Nice one. Next up, we have Glenn Snyder, who picked up Tamiya's re-release of the Sauber Mercedes C9 in 1/24.
Nice. Ooh,
We've got those in stock at UMP now.
I was just about to ask that question.
Yeah, and I want one.
I was going to say, I want one of those, yeah.
Me too.
I've got the Hazy version, but I think I might trade that in and get this one.
Hasn't that got photo etch in it as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
down the bottom left.
Yeah.
Cartograph decals, engine.
Yeah. And I think I've got some pictures of the real car from Silverstone a couple of years ago.
Is that the other side of the track with the TVR?
Yeah. The TVR. Glenn also got a couple of eBay purchases, a 69 Mercury Cyclone from Polar Lights and a monogram motorsport Mustang.
I seen one of those Mustangs finish the other day. I doubt it'd be Glenn's, not in a couple of weeks or a week. And it looked really good.
Looks like a nice kit.
What the kit's like, I don't know, but the finished article looked good.
Yeah. He got some paints and primers from Splash, Mr. Colour and E7. Very nice. He also got some decals and photo etch for future builds. Very nice. I'm guessing there's going to be a Star somewhere by the looks of it. Maybe not. And a GT3. Nice one. And finally, he got himself a new compressor. That looks massive.
Wow, wow, that's a biggie.
That's a beast.
There for a while, mate. Painting proper cars with that one.
Bigger, go home.
Yeah. Huge. What else we got? Mr. Sean White's up next, who's got himself an order from the UMP, an Apex airbrush holder, and some glue holders as well as an LP paint. Very nice, mate. You won't be disappointed with that Apex.
No, not at all.
He also got a turntable from Trumpeter. Got it super cheap because of the damage box. Very nice indeed.
We tried to eat.
That's from somewhere else, but
well, I guess someone tried to eat the box.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And he also got himself a Lindbergh 125th 63 Mustang 2. I like the subject. I'd be interested to see how that builds up though. But that's on Fleabay. What the hell? This one short. Next up, Hugh Gordon got himself a UMP order. He's got some wash, some sanders, and an ultimate Apex airbrush. Very nice. Our very own Mr. Carswell's next, and surprise, surprise, he's got himself a Tomcat. Well, I never
believe. That's imaginative.
Coincidence.
He's also got himself a proper wet palette from Army Painter. I guess that's going to be used with figures.
Yes, mate.
And a new mic in the form of a blue snowball. Very nice.
Very good mics.
Yeah, I'm really pleased.
Yeah, that's what I use. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must get one.
Nice one, maybe.
Great for tapping Cedar on.
What color's your ball, Luke?
Oh.
White. Because otherwise it's just not right.
Jim will have to pop to his wife's handbag to check his.
Next up, we have Mr. Dan Croak, who, guess what, has got himself a Tomcat.
Going on here.
What?
He's also got himself a Bristol Beaufort Mark I from Airfix in 172nd. Very nice.
Oh.
An Airfix Concorde in 1-144th.
Oh, lovely.
That I think is the one, or it's certainly a BOAC one that's parked at Duxford. He's also got himself the Fast and Furious cars from Revell in 24th and 5th. Very nice indeedy.
I didn't get the Eclipse, and I wish I had now.
Yeah.
Tell me I am.
They're all nice.
I've been looking at a couple of American cars this last week, and yeah, there's a few that's catching up.
That is it, Plymouth. That looks lovely, that one.
Yeah.
I looked at that.
I think they're all decent. Decent.
Well, I had the bottom one in a different boxing from Revel, so I just got the Charger and the Plymouth. I wish I got that Eclipse.
Which one's the Eclipse?
Top
one.
Oh, right, okay.
Not my kind of kit, but I think it would have got good views on the channel.
Yes.
Yeah. It would have.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a normal car.
Come up again. He also got another Apex plus some gloss black primer from umpretail.com.
Good man.
Caribous.
And a wonderful set of 3D printed distributors from 124th from that Scale Motor person again.
Yeah, more Gatling guns.
Oh, who is
Gets a part of it, don't they?
They are good, I have to say. Next up is Ben DeVizio, who got himself more kits this week, all 148th. Revel Raphael, which will be the 2018 season display scheme, Italieri Chinook, and Hobby Boss Flanker, which will be the Ukrainian scheme from RIAT 2017. Very nice. He also got himself two Roden 1-144th VC10s, one in BOAC and the second RAF tanker.
Oh, they are
very
gorgeous.
nice.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that top one.
Queen of the Skies.
And he now some ships 3D printed 1-350th Queen Elizabeth and Airfix HMS Illustrious, both for the Carrier Strike Group collection. They are big beasts.
Also known as a landing pad for Al's drone.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Oh, don't start droning on about that.
Hey.
They're all weak.
Next up, we have Steve Corbett, who got himself a post-operation therapy kit, the Castrol Toyota Tom Super GT.
Love that ski.
Excellent. Hope your strapper cockmere went well.
Yeah.
Nice one, Steve. Next up, we have Dan Edmonds, who also has a Sauber Mercedes C9 from Tamiya and some charcoal textured paint. And he also got himself some more Lego. Some Marvel something or other. Oh, Daily Bugle Spider-Man thingy. Very nice indeed.
Oh.
That's quite cool, actually.
Yeah.
Nice one, Dan. Next up, Stuart Rose, who's got some Lego as well. He's got the Imperial Probe Droid and Speed Champions McLaren. Very nice. Next up, we have Carl Smith, who got some Warhammer for the missus and himself, not painted any since about 1985. You'll have fun with that, mate. You got the paints and everything. So
can I just say something really worryingly as well?
What's that?
They're catching my eye again.
Yeah.
Oh, they swore then.
What do you mean again?
I gotta be really careful. I've been live streaming twice a day, playing games, just being me, normal. I gotta be careful when we're live now. I nearly dropped an F-bomb then. I nearly went, I got no paints or nothing now, so it'd be quite a big investment for me, and I can't do it at the minute. But I keep seeing them and thinking, the ones I've done I've really enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
But no. Anyway, carry on. Sorry for interrupting.
All right, mate. Next up, we have drink. Next up, we have Kieran Ryan. After getting their Jaeger version, thought it rude not to get this one too. The Porsche for Valent from Tamiya in 112. Very nice.
112. Wow.
That's what
I built that one in 124. It's a lovely kit.
I fancy both of those in 112, the Jaeger and that one. He also got a couple of very nice Father's Day presents from the kids, Tazen Starcar Porsche and the Honda RA272, both from Tamiya. Very nice. Next up, we have Antipakela. Right, this week got quite a few. First off, the Tacom 135th M3 Grant. Very nice. Next, the Meng 135th Macava 4M. Box had taken damage in transit, but luckily the screws were okay. Good.
Cool.
And some quick wheel masks from eBay. Very nice indeed. Two paint sets from AK, they're 3rd gen acrylics. I've not tried them yet, but should be good. And finally, some Abteilung 502 Magic Gel for brushes. Hope these will repair some damage on some of his brushes. And I think, folks, that is it.
Excellent.
Well done,
Well done.
Sorry.
I don't care what anybody says about you. You're not bad.
Yeah, nice one.
There's a lot of this week there.
Have we got any chat to catch up on?
I've been keeping an eye, mate. Everyone just saying hello to each other and chatting amongst themselves, really. Gary Pashley is on about the 63 Ford concept car that became the Mustang. Very cool. And he's saying the Toyota S800 is just a mini version of the very expensive 2000 GT. But yeah, everyone just chatting amongst themselves. We've been joined by the Owl from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Hello, mate.
Bono Estente.
Who?
Malvinus. Yeah, that's it, mate.
Cool. Okay. Right then. We need to do something else before we do, Dan. Brace yourself down.
Al. We can do Al.
We do Al? Should we do Al? Al!
Oh, his birthday.
Whose birthday?
Al's.
Hey. When was it Al's birthday?
Tuesday gone.
Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah, go back about 15 minutes and we've got a birthday opening tonight as well that I totally forgot about. I didn't hear it. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, it was Al's birthday last week. He was 66.
Hey,
Sounds
spot on, mate. Spot on.
Oh, I was on it. Hey. No point saying you're older because you look older. So yeah. So yeah, Al's part of our birthday group, and as you all know, when the birthdays roll around, we all buy each other stuff.
The thing about it
that we'll probably sell in about 6 months' time. Or if you complete arsehole, you sell it 4 weeks later.
Hey,
isn't that right, Norm?
Yeah.
Not that Norman's done it. I'm not implying Norm did it, but someone did who's an arse. But anyway, we won't get into that. So yeah, it was Al's birthday last week. So he's been droning on all week, haven't you, Al?
Hey.
He has. And of course, it's his birthday, opening tonight. So how many have you got to open?
Hang on a second. One.
Short-term memory lapse, you see.
Five.
I think.
5?
Yep.
Flipping hell.
Yeah.
Jesus. Right, okay.
Norm's been busy.
Yeah, so I suppose we better kill the birthday song, haven't we?
Hey.
Are we ready? And I want to see you all singing and hear.
Let's go.
Right. Are you ready?
Ready.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy.
Thank you. Spot on timing. Spot on.
There's many dog gone wild now.
Yeah.
Up and down the country.
Oh, come on, Al, whip your gifts out.
Okay, which one, Norm, first? Big one?
Yeah. Open the paint set that'll give it all away, probably. Do it, Daz.
Oh, dear.
Okay, I shall just swap.
Let's stop the small ones and work to the big one, mate. Oh, either way, it's going to give out what you've got, so it makes a difference.
You see, this explains Al's new camera angle now. I see why he did that.
Is that okay?
Sneaky,
so the small
sneaky.
ones.
I forgot.
So, anyone with the small ones?
Yeah, they're all going to give away what you got, mate, so it makes a difference, so you can do what you like.
Okay, well...
Start with that one, the white one.
I'll start with this one, because I've absolutely no idea what it is.
Present off us.
That means you looked at all the others, does it?
He could resteal the others, not that one.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Am I in flashback?
Let's...
Good practice to get in.
But yeah, we get Simon to rush for his bit, and Al's milking this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very complex opening. Oh, look at this.
You mug.
Oh, look at that. Now, you see that picture there?
Yeah.
26, it's behind all the tiles.
I know exactly who took it. And of course, that is superb. Superb. Lovely. New mug.
Get some of your special lemonade in there, Al.
Lemonade? Yes.
It's fully lemonade proof.
Eek. Right. It's very, very complex, you know.
You can tell he's a Scotsman trying to save everything.
I can wrap Mary's Christmas presents in this.
Okay, we'll go for the... Oh, here we go.
Never play pass the parcel with Al.
He'll have a sleepless night now. He's busted that box. You watch.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to tape it up.
He'll wake up in a cold sweat thinking, God, I could have put some in that.
I could sleep in that.
Ah, look at this. We have paint. MRP is lovely. Just my favourite paint. Oh, greys. Look at that.
Great.
Lovely. And a coaster from somebody.
You need 47 more and you'll be happy.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah.
How are you going to save that box? Wow.
Tell you what, I'll open your big one, mate. Open your big one. Go for it, bud.
Yes, just for you, boy. Just everything's falling over. Right. The big one I've kind of sussed out. So here we go. Right.
I think you need a sharper knife.
Yeah. Nope.
Don't wake me up when he's done.
Go. Here we go.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, look.
How do I get this out without breaking it?
Jesus.
Yay.
Box.
I'll tell you what. I'll do some more cutting.
You destroyed that box, Al.
There we go. That's it. Right. Are you ready for this?
Not really.
Because I'm not.
We've already seen it.
Yeah, we've already seen
How that. There we go. Right. You ready?
Hang on, someone's run off.
Ta-da!
Oh, that is that. Oh, that
Nice
is
wow.
super.
I can't wait to see that in flames.
Oh my!
I could do it right away, but I won't. No, that's absolutely superb. Oh, look at that. Oh, excited now. Right.
Tough kit to
Small
get now.
package. Another small package. Here we go.
Jokes.
God, they make these so difficult, don't they? We'll go in from the side. There we go.
She's got Dan to do this section while we were waiting.
Yeah. Bubble wrap. Excellent. Can't find the end. There we go. Good grief. Loads of tape.
We need Reg, what's his name, doing a snooker, and as Al unwraps the bubble wrap, he slowly reveals his presence.
You need Aussie man reviews.
The bubble wrap is very talented.
Scalpel once again. Look at the technique.
With the precision of a surgeon.
Ooh, a wheel set.
Oh, they're really good.
Oh, wow.
Bit squash like.
Sagged wheel set.
Happens when you get older.
Well,
You
when
just
you
sag
get
it
to
on
my
the
age,
carpet.
right? And then the last one, we've got some a little.
When you roll over on your chair, you know it's time to tie him up.
Fall off of this chair, boy. You know about it. And we have some masks.
Very nice.
There you go, bud.
Well, stay tuned. It's Al's birthday again in 10 minutes. Hope you enjoy that, Al.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very, very much, chaps. That's
Enjoy, Al.
That'd be a nice build.
big smiles, big smiles.
Oh, we'll leave that one, eh?
Have you finished last year's present yet?
It's up there, almost. Okay,
No.
it's only been a year, but yeah.
What was last year's one?
That was
F15, wasn't it?
F15.
F15.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had a bit of a sort of delay on that because I kind of lost a bit, but Gary, Mr. Pashley, very kindly sent me a replacement, and we're now hot to trot. We're on the way again.
Mr. Morgan's in the chat saying, well done, lads. You've been crying for that kit.
Yeah.
There we go. Happy birthday, Al, for last week.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Maura.
Wonderful.
Who's next then, Norm?
David Marzola on the 17th of next month, and then we've got 2 months with no birthdays.
Ooh.
And the ones after that.
Way too much excitement for that, wasn't it?
but you've still got to pay me, so I'm not bothered. Yeah, David Marzola on the 17th of next month.
Cool. Excellent. Right then, Al.
What?
Do you want to do questions for the crew?
Can do both of them.
Yeah.
Right. I did have this.
Dan, you're right doing your bit after we've done Dan.
Yes, I mate.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Live at the bench. We'll kill that. We'll kill that as well, Justin.
I also need to say as well, because we've not seen it on the live show, we all need to bask in the glory of Al's new man cave.
Oh
Yes.
Couldn't it? Better.
Yeah, either way it leads on to the shower.
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially at the moment, it's absolutely tipping it down.
Are you preferring it like that now? Yeah, bit more
Yeah, it's-
your own
it's-
area.
Yeah, it's just getting used to everything's in a different place, you know, so it's getting used to that. But it's okay.
Yeah, good job, mate.
Nice one.
It'll look good when you finished it.
Yeah.
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 You know the standard spiel.
I too.
Right, Al, when you're ready.
Okay, right. The first question tonight is from Shane Wright, who says, I have a question about acrylic lacquer paint. Acrylic paints are water-based and lacquer are solvent-based. If they have a flammable symbol on the jar, wouldn't that make them not a true acrylic?
Not well, technically they're all acrylics, aren't they? Because it's still an acrylic paint, isn't it? It's just the binder that's different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the carrying agent, isn't it?
Yeah. So you get water-based, alcohol, and lacquer-based. So they're the differences. So if you're seeing something labeled as acrylic, it's more than likely going to be the likes of Tamiya XNXF or Mr. Hobby Aqueous.
That's
yeah, that's water-based.
That's water-based. There's no flammable signal on that. That is the Tamiya acrylic, but because it's alcohol, there is a flammable warning.
Yeah.
Can you drink it?
Only once. So yeah, that's and then you've got your enamels as well. So rather than thinking of them as acrylics, think of them as the carrier. So you've got water-based, alcohol-based, and lacquer-based is the easiest way to think of it. But some are labeled wrong. Like all the alkalids are labeled alkalid lacquer, even when they're clear. Some of their clears and their primers, the gloss black base, their clear coat with a KOTE, and their semi and matte, they're actually enamels. So you got to be careful with the labeling. But yeah, think of them as water based for like Vallejos, Life Colors, Games Workshop, so on and so forth, and alcohol, which are your Tamiya X, XF, Mr. Hobby Aqueous, and then your lacquers for your Tamiya TS, LPs, Mr. Colors, Gravity, Zero, everything like that.
Yeah, but you got to be careful about what you thin them with.
Yeah, some don't need thinning, some do. Yeah. We could be here all day discussing thinning.
Yep.
But that's not question number 2.
No, but you know, I've just kind of pointed out that some stuff can make other stuff go gloopy.
And some stuff can make other stuff go better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Leveling.
That's a whole different ball game, that one.
Absolutely. A whole new question, even if somebody wants to post it.
My rule of thumb with lacquer paints and water-based paints is if it smells funky, Mr. Leveling Thinner. If it doesn't smell, UMP.
Always do the sniff test.
Sage word.
Allegedly. Okay. Question 2 is from Adam Smith. Says, "Good evening, all.
Hello.
As you guys are all extremely accomplished modelers, yeah, right.
Is he on the right show?
No. And we, your audience, look up to you guys.
I'll look so to everyone.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. 5'4". I wanted to know, who do you guys look up to for an inspiration or experience, etc.? Thanks for listening, and everyone have a great weekend.
All my friends in here, ISM members, a few select YouTube channels.
Yeah.
There's something to be learned from everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody's got a talent.
what you got to remember as well is no matter how good either you think you are or you think somebody else is, there's always somebody better than you or them. So don't worry about what they're doing or you're doing. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. You have to ask yourself, what are you doing it for?
Yeah, look at it as a journey rather than
a destination.
A destination, yeah. And enjoy the ride. And I've done it before. I make the mistakes of building crap I don't want to build. It's the worst thing in the world you can do. So yeah, you can aspire to look at people and think, "Oh, it looks really good. I like to do that," but don't let it get you down if you can't quite get there, because you know we're all at different levels. We're all different skill sets, and you know, some of us have been doing this for a year, some of us have been doing it for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever. But it's an old stupid saying, but model for yourself.
Yeah.
Of course, look to people and think, oh, I'd like to do that and try things. But I think the worst thing you can do is if something goes wrong, completely change everything you do. Don't do that. If things go wrong, change one thing and just see if it makes a difference. And if it doesn't, go back. But yeah, definitely model for yourself. You know, you can get inspiration off people and that. But yeah, don't worry about what others are doing. Enjoy your hobby for yourself.
Yeah. The thing to do is just to learn from everybody. Take in all the information you can, and then experiment yourself with all the different techniques or whatever. Find the one that suits you, that you're good at, but you know, keep practicing.
Yep.
I think a lot of it depends on your interest. So if you build cars, if that's where your interest lies,
yeah,
then you're going to be naturally drawn to car builders for inspiration, but also to learn techniques and how they do things. Whereas if you're a figure painter, or that's what you want to be doing, you're going to be drawn more that way. But I think what you don't want to do, like, you don't want to be a carbon copy of someone else. Learn the techniques, watch their technique videos and all that stuff, but take bits and develop your own style.
Yeah.
And the end product is almost irrelevant. It's if you're enjoying the process, you're doing it right.
Yeah. And if you're not enjoying it, put it away.
Yeah.
Or
and
sell
get
it.
something else, work on something else. I very nearly shelved the kit yesterday because I had a bit of bother with that bloody BMW M6. It's a pain in the ass. But then I was like, no, get it done, push through. But then I've got two more. It's like, do I want to build any more? And I'm like, I don't know. So enjoy your modeling. That's the most important thing.
Look, I'm probably the freshest member of the modeling community. I only started in 2016. So I'm not like you guys building for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, only the last 5 years. And I obviously wasn't a lucky position.
Luca beat you on that one.
Yeah, he started Christmas.
I started April time last year.
Yeah. So I wasn't in a lucky position to to start with YouTube and look at, your videos, Paul, and some other videos. And I made that mistake which you just mentioned, that I thought, all right, from the very beginning I must produce models like you are producing, which obviously is absolute nonsense. It's not possible because you don't have the experience, you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, enjoy the process. I'm now at the point where I'm enjoying the process, absolutely. And when you do that, then you automatically become better. That it just happens automatically. So you don't need to strive for that. It just will happen.
Yeah, you're not going to pick up an airbrush and be a master with it straight away.
No.
You're not going to be able to hand paint things perfectly straight away, or not get glue marks and things, or screw a seam up, or a bit of rescribing. It's going to happen. It happens to me all the time. I screw things up.
Yep. I don't think there's a build that any of us do where something doesn't not go to plan.
It's human nature, isn't it? We're the error in everything, can't we?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a pastime. Enjoy it,
Yeah. So it's a pastime. That's it.
I think the key thing is develop your own style. I mean, we had the similar question a few weeks ago, and the way that Paul Allen and I are car builders. The way we approach certain things is very different because we found our comfort zone and our way of doing it, and that's the key thing. If you develop your own style rather than mimic, you'll enjoy it much more.
Definitely.
But to get to that process, you need to try different things.
I mean, you need to learn the basics, don't you?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once you've got that,
yeah,
then I think go on, Luke. Sorry, mate.
No, you go, mate.
I think one mistake a lot of people do, and me and Al see it quite a lot, me and Mr. McNeish, is asking for help from multiple places.
Yeah.
I see it on Facebook a lot. So I'm not saying don't post in other places, but have a look around. Try if you're following certain groups and you're in a multiple of them, find the one you're comfortable with and the advice you're comfortable with. So it's Hannah messaging me now. And stick with that group. I'm not saying it has to be ISM, I don't mean that at all. But you'll see people post the same question on 5 or 6 different Facebook groups.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And you're going to get enough answers off one group.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind off 5. I mean,
yeah.
Some of the groups out there make my head hurt with the comments and the like. What the hell?
Yeah.
From people who've been doing it 50 years and I've never had a problem, and you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. Why are you doing this? You know, pledge.
Work for me.
Freaking pledge. You know, everything. So pick who you trust. Like I said, it's not to be ISM, but I think posting on multiple pages can be really dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some morons out there. I hate to say it, the world's full of morons. This hobby's got plenty of them in it. Half of them are in here. But it is, and you'll get so much conflicting advice. And I've seen people take the advice, and then they're back on the same group going, "I did this, and this has happened," and I can see that happen a mile off.
I mean, a classic example I can think of is how to achieve chipping on an armor build. There is so many different ways. Find practice for an example technique. Find one that you're comfortable with and stick with it for a few builds. If you ask in 5, 6 different places or watch 5, 6 different YouTubers and how they do it, it will just blow your mind because they all do it in a different way. Some people hairspray, some people dry brush, some people paint the chips. There's so many different ways of achieving something. So pick one, stick with it for a few builds. If you're happy with the results, all good. If you're not, then try another way of doing it. But you've got to practice it. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Somebody in the chat there asking any suggestions? Someone just starting in the hobby, maybe a first kit suggestion. Depends.
Mia, anything?
Yeah,
I'll say Collins there. I think
Collins got it right. Near enough anything, Tammy. There's only a handful of kits with Tammy you need to watch out for. Don't buy the Sea Harrier for God's sake.
The Harrier that Colin's building currently.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, don't buy that thing. Has Colin come to the realization yet it's a terrible kit? Does anyone know?
I don't think.
Yeah,
he
has said that it's not your typical Tamiya kit. Put it that way.
Yeah, but Tamiya, for the most part, probably 90% of the kits you can't go wrong with.
Also, it depends on subject and genre they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't think he said that. So
he hasn't. I was going to say, yes.
Tamiya covers most of it anyway.
Yeah,
they do
pretty much. Yeah,
most things.
There's a question in chat if we don't have any more.
Go on, Jim.
No, on you go.
Okay, so Sterl. Spit it out.
I don't know the answer to that one.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, stroke. Charles Stanhope says,
How fast? Not that fast.
anyone know why the Meng model's 1/48 F18 ejector seat is bigger than the PG Productions resin seat? Which one do I choose? Both the same scale. This, welcome to the world of aftermarket and welcome to the world of modeling in general, because you're going to get variances in scale from every manufacturer. You're depending on Meng to have scaled the aircraft correctly. And then you're also depending on every company to scale their parts correctly. The thing that the resin and all aftermarket manufacturers have at a disadvantage when they use resins is shrinkage. And don't we all know about shrinkage?
Especially as you get older, eh, Jim?
Exactly. But so even if they scale it out correctly over the course of the production process, it may shrink a little bit. Now, some are just way out. But it's just all a matter of yeah, if you do want to go down the aftermarket route, maybe getting a couple different seats, see which ones you like, and then maybe go with a certain brand from here on out for fit. Aries, whatever. They're notorious for awesome detail. Surface detail is phenomenal for a lot of their aircraft. Try to get them installed in the kit, and you're going to have lots of fun.
Yeah.
So what's the end game? But if you just have a resin seat, the biggest thing is, again, fit. Some are scaled too big. They go the other way, and then you're sanding off detail on the sides of your ejection seat to get them into the cockpit tub. Others will flop around loose in there. It's a crapshoot. All I can say is buy a couple, see which ones you like for detail and fit.
Yeah.
Sorry for the long-winded response.
No, it's a good response.
No, absolutely spot on, mate.
Very good. I wasn't listening. Could you repeat that?
Okay, so
some are big, some are small. End of.
Oh,
pretty much.
Yep.
Still talking about seats.
Yeah. Watch out for floppy ones.
Some are a bit shrinkage.
I just noticed Kojak showing us.
What?
Who loves it, baby?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And you often find with the new kits, Meng is a new kit, that have used the ejection seat from another production like for Hasegawa's kit or somebody else's and just reproduced it to fit the Meng one, but it normally doesn't fit because normally you'll find a discrepancy in the size of the cockpit sizes. Each kit. So basically, if they're whacking out stuff now, it's not basically being made for the Meng kit. It's probably from something else like a Revell, and they've whacked it out under the Meng label, and sometimes they don't fit. They really don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Just saying in the chat that Luke fellow is deceptively wise. You would never know to look at him. Must be talking about you, Luke Ward.
Yeah.
Oh, the other Luke. Yeah.
Charles is saying thanks for the answer, and Claire's saying yes. It's very frustrating when your parts aren't scaled correctly.
Love that.
How to go house has been building on genre models since 1974. I assume he means he's never built an Airfix kit. What should be his first? Airfix is a surprising amount of quite good kits.
I would go. I'd go for the new Spitfire or the 48th or their 109 48th.
Anything from 2012 onwards, you should be good with.
Yeah.
Or their
If you want to build armor, their new 35th armor is supposed to be very, very good.
Yeah. What do you say, Norm?
Their 48th scale Hawker Hurricane superb kit.
48 scale Javelin. Javelin's a wonderful
Javelin's
kit.
a brilliant kit as well.
48 scale Lynx, that's a very good kit.
Yeah.
A here says, Paul, the pink primer you used. Can you explain more? Where do I get some? What, more than I did in my video? Well, it's pink. You spray it. It's primer. Looks good under red. That's about it, really.
Which one did you use, Paul?
The Tamiya pink primer you're going to really struggle to find in the UK. It's not officially imported for some reason. But we do a pink primer at UMP Retail. I've just shared the link up above.
Mix it with white if you want a lighter pink.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, that's it. It's pink.
Yep.
Yep. There we go. Right then. We all happy?
Yep.
Okay. Right. You ready, Norm?
I am.
Yeah. Are you ready, Dan?
Yep.
Brace yourselves. So Norman's going to put Dan through his paces.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go indeed. So I'm going to spotlight Dan. And I'm going to spotlight. Where is he? Uncle Fester. There he is.
Hold on. I'll change the camera.
Diddly-dee.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
Are you ready then, Dan, my friend?
Yeah, no.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, the first question we always start off with, the most important one is, how did you get that impressive beard, mate?
I sat here and thought about it really hard, and it just came out by itself.
Okay,
No,
Norman got arrested down the park for doing that.
Right then, mate. Can you remember when you first got introduced into modelling?
I've thought about this because you've asked it for everybody else, and I reckon I must have been about 8 or 9 years old, give or take. So my brother's 6 years older than me, so he would have been building in his early teens. So I, being his shadow at that age, would have had to have built something. So yeah, it would have been around that age. I think I probably started, would say, seriously building when I was probably 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm. Can you remember which brand of kit? What type of, was it an aircraft or a ship?
Yeah.
Or
it was all pretty much 72nd scale aircraft in the early days. And I think some of the earliest kits I remember building a Matchbox Buccaneer.
Mm.
And a Matchbox Hunter as well. So I think back then in Ireland, I think we had Woolworths in the town where I grew up. So, you know, they were always good for Matchbox kits. But yeah, generally would have been Matchbox or Airfix would have been the only choices. And then kind of a few years later, some of the local shops started doing Revell kits as well.
Did you bother painting it, or did you just slap it together, decals on, and run around the room pretend you were flying?
All of the above. I think I did pretty much paint all of them. What I painted them with was, you know, variable. The one kind of local stockist we had, so certainly when I was about 11 or 12, when I suppose started to seriously try to do modeling, they pretty much just had Revell paints, but they had a really low stock, so you could never get kind of basic colors like black or white. So basically you picked up whatever they had, whether it was some kind of weird yellow color or bright brown or something. So you ended up just trying to mix and paint with whatever you could. So yeah, and then, as you know, while the paint is still wet, you're sticking the decals on and, you know, coating it in lovely fingerprints, but just added to the glue marks. So.
Basically silver.
Yeah.
My aircraft all silver. Glue
Well,
box.
that was one of the colors I really struggled to get for years. And Revell enamel silver was pretty awful as well, actually, back then. And I remember a mate of mine who built models as well. He was really lucky because he had Humbrol number 11, which was actually a really nice silver color. And brush painting enamels back then was pretty good because they were, you know, really poisonous, but actually brush painted really well. So I was very jealous of him for years because he had the number 11 silver, which I couldn't get.
I've still got some.
So do I, actually. Yeah, so do I.
Did you stick to one particular genre? Were you like anything that you could get your hands on?
I would say predominantly, yeah. The majority of stuff I did was 72nd scale aircraft. And it was mainly just because the people I knew who built models as well, that tended to be the kind of scale and genre that people kind of worked in. And, you know, when I was around kind of 12 or 13, I remember my father brought me to a local museum, which was a privately run museum. It was basically a DC-7 aircraft, which was at the local airport, and inside the fuselage they basically had a museum display, lots of memorabilia and stuff, but he also had a massive kind of model display in there. And the one time we went, I got chatting to one of the guys that was doing the tour at the time, and he basically said to me, you know, well, why don't you come along and, you know, help us out, basically. And I ended up going probably a week or two later, and I ended up kind of helping out there for years. And all the guys I met there were all kind of modelers, and 72nd scale was the scale of choice. But I have built other stuff over the years, but it's mainly been 72nd scale aircraft, and kind of still is this day actually.
So you were kind of lucky in that respect. You had a lot of people around you did modeling.
Yeah.
Sort of help bring you along and all that, because, like I said, most of the people have found it, these were like isolated. Like I used to model on my own because none of my other family, my brother never used to model anything like that. Did you do it on the kitchen table, or did you have a little dinner tray sitting there watching?
Yep, that one as well. Yep, sat on the living room floor.
Getting shouting out if you wouldn't go to bed.
Yeah, I think at one stage so my parents' house, the bathroom was downstairs, but they had a washing machine in the bathroom. So the top of the washing machine actually proved the perfect surface for modeling, except when it's on, of course. So, you know, I'm sure there was one or two incidents where I left stuff on top of it and the spin cycle destroyed it, but that was always a good space to model in until someone needed to use the facilities. But it was kind of competing smells of one thing versus enamel paint, so take your pick.
As a youngster, were you proud to show off what you'd finished to your family, to your mum and dad and stuff like that?
Yeah. I think they always kind of saw it as a positive thing. And I think it was quite lucky because I was involved in the museum for years. And I mean, that was basically during the summer, that was open 7 days a week. And I used to cycle in and out to the airport, basically help out there every day from kind of 10 in the morning until 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. The rest of the year was weekends. So, I did spend a lot of time around kind of aircraft and building models. And to be honest, it's the thing that drove me to the job I do now, because I now work in the aerospace industry. So that's the thing that pushed me to do aerospace engineering in university and kind of end up with the career I have. So I've always been quite proud that I build models. So
did you go for a particular box design, like some of the real old, like Revell and Matchbox box art was brilliant? Did that sort of draw you to which one you want to go? I'll have that one.
So sometimes I think it was mainly the aircraft, because I had an interest in aviation. It tended to be, if I saw an F4E in 72nd scale, I'd get it because I wanted an F4E because I knew what that aircraft was. So it kind of meant something to me. It was relatable. So it always tended to be the machine behind it that interested me, less so than even the brand of kit or necessarily the box art. I mean, there are some that are just, fantastic and kind of add to the value. Like I still have some Academy kits up in the attic here. So I've got a B-24 from Academy, which just has the most fantastic box art, and it actually comes with a poster in the box as well. And that was just fantastic. That was purely box art, just made me get that.
How do you progress on your teens and that? Did you continue through your teens, or did you stop and discover girls and drinking and smoking and whatever?
Yeah, all of them, but I still built models as well. I kind of, when I was, I suppose, in my school years and kind of teenage years up to kind of 17, 18, amongst all the other hobbies I had, I still built models because I was pretty much involved in the museum up until probably about 17, 18. So it was kind of a constant thing that I was doing anyway. When I went to university, because I was living in shared houses, kind of smaller spaces, I didn't do as much and tended to mainly kind of model at the weekends when I got home, or, during holiday seasons and that kind of stuff. Then I suppose the one kind of big break I probably took was when I moved to Bristol from Ireland, because I left all my stuff behind me. And I literally traveled over to Bristol on a Ryanair flight from Dublin with a suitcase. So it was pretty much, a couple of pairs of skids and a couple of shirts for work. So, and I think a couple of years in, I think I spotted a model shop and kind of went, I must get started again. And I think I picked up a couple of kits. I think I bought a Talieri F100 Super Sabre, and I bought the Tamiya Celica GT4 in the Castrol scheme. I still have the F100 unbuilt. I did end up building the Celica, and that was awful. All down to me. It was just a shocker. But that kind of since then has kind of made me think a lot about how different genres have different skill sets.
Did you notice a big change in the hobby when you returned?
I mean, back then probably not, because I was probably, because there was less people around me and less people I knew that were modeling. I was probably more isolated. It was more of a hobby for me to do, kind of in the evenings when I had nothing else to do, or a bit of spare time. So I didn't really think about the hobby. I just bought what I knew. So I bought a kit, bought Humbrol enamels, bought some paintbrushes, tube of glue, and the same kind of tools and stuff I'd always used. And I suppose it was kind of a few years later, as I then ended up buying my own place and kind of had even more space, I started buying more kits and started doing a lot more research into the hobby. And you could just see the kind of growth in, I suppose, the number of kits that were available and the different types of kits. But then also just, finding out, when I was looking for, years ago, I was looking for some paints for, a Suikai flanker. I was kind of going, oh, which Humbrol colors would that be? And I started looking, and I was like, hang on, what are these extra colors? What are they? They've got a flanker set. And then I found White Ensign models did enamel paints, and I was like, where are all these companies coming from? How did I not know about them? And that's when I kind of started realizing how much of a resource the internet was for the hobby.
Were you a magazine sort of person? Did you ever like buy Tamiya magazines?
Basil.
Yeah, I always was, and I still am, because I still have, because I'm still a subscriber of Modeler International. So that's, I've been an on and off subscriber of theirs for years, and some of the other ones. What I tend to find is I'll start reading them and then start building a backlog of them. So I'll kind of stop buying them for a while, and then I'll pick them up again. But it was mainly the aircraft ones. I have started reading kind of Tamiya magazine recently, just because it's a little bit broader, and I think I now kind of model more things than I probably used to.
Have you, like say you still do 72nd now, have you progressed to the larger scale models and looked at them and sort of thought,
yeah, I still have a large stash of 72nd scale aircraft. I have built some 48 scale stuff in the past, and a few 32nd scale and some ships and stuff. I think my eyesight is still good enough to work on 72nd. I find it a nice scale from a display point of view, and because it's not so much the detail that attracts me. It's more that overall kind of form and shape of aircraft that really kind of appeals to me. And so for me, 72nd scale still kind of works very well. Although, you look at some of the fantastic kits that are out there, and I do think, am I missing something by maybe not going down kind of 48 or 32nd? But then, a lot of it is I know the things I do now give me enjoyment. So it's kind of balancing that. And I do also like to knock the kits out relatively quickly. And I think a big 48 or 32nd scale kit, for me, with the bench time I have available, if that's taken 6 months to do, that I could find that frustrating, and it might kind of kill my mojo a little bit. But I'd never say never. You never know.
No, don't wait till your eyes start going, mate. Your scale goes up.
Yeah. It's well on its way. So yeah.
Your model cave there, is that there something that you've always wanted to have, or was it something you just gradually built into and started building?
Yeah, so when I had my flat a few years back, when I first bought a place of my own, that was a 2-bed flat, so I always had as much space as I wanted. And originally kind of thought the spare room would just be a hobby room and stuff. But then I realized, well, hang on, I'm a single guy living on my own in the flat. Why am I not just sat on the sofa with as much crap as I want all over the place, which is kind of where it ended up going. But then when I met, well, the the woman who's my wife now, we bought this place, and you know, I've always had a lot of stuff. I'm quite the hoarder of things, so one of the criteria we had is we always had to have a spare room. So my wife came with 2 children, so I've got 2 stepchildren, so we ended up having to get a 4-bed place. So I ended up with the spare room anyway. So initially my wife and I kind of shared this because she used it because she's a makeup artist, so she used to do a lot of her makeup stuff here, and then I had a desk for modeling. My stepdaughter subsequently moved out 2 years ago because she had her own child, so my grandson. So we ended up with a second spare room, so my wife now runs her own makeup business from home out of that room. So this is completely my room now. So this is, you know, modeling central, proper man cave, got all my guitars over there, got all my modeling stuff, all of it here.
Are you a person, I've like I say, we'll come to your videos later on. Are you a person that would look at a kit and think, maybe I might need a detail set or a net set for this? Or are you the sort of person go, oh, box open, here I go?
Yeah, I rarely pick up extras, rarely. I think I've got 2 kits there, 2 car kits with extras. One of them I bought. So there's the Audi R8 from New, the Le Mans car. I bought the detail set for that because it came with the carbon decals, which I wanted for the diffuser. So that was the main reason to buy it, because I didn't want to cut the buggers out. And I think there's another one I got off eBay which came with the photo etch set in it. So I rarely would go out and buy extras. And it's not because I have an issue with them. You know, for me now, it's not really an affordability issue. If I want it, generally I can go and buy the extras if I want. You know, I've got lots of kits. I mean, you know, I could easily not buy a kit and buy a detail upset, but I think it's just the pleasure I get from it. I don't need the extras to make it a pleasurable hobby.
Yeah.
But I know there's plenty of people out there who do, and I absolutely, you know, there's people out there. I see the level of attention to detail people put into things. You take Luke Ward putting that chain together. Yeah, hats off to him, because I don't think I'd have the patience to do it.
Well, no, a hammer would do fine. Are you the sort of person, like you say, you've had people around you that help you, you've built your own sort of the way you do stuff and all that. Do you go on like YouTube, forums, stuff like that to pick up and learn new skills and all that, which could benefit?
I do, and I probably do it more now than I used to. I think when I originally found the internet as a modeling resource, it was mainly for fairly basic questions. If I was looking for something, so it was quite basic questions I'd ask of people, or it was just photos, kind of reference material for particular aircraft, just to get an idea of, you know, how dirty is the underside of a flanker, or, you know, how much of an oil stain is down the side of a, you know, a Spitfire engine, that kind of thing. I think now I tend to browse more than I kind of post questions. I rarely ask questions, because I think most of the questions have been answered if you look hard enough. And again, a lot of it is such, you know, as was said earlier, you know, you ask a question, you'll get 10 different answers and 10 different flavors. So, you know, I think the important stuff is to, you know, particularly when you look at how skillful certain people are, it's more about asking yourself, you know, how and why did they get to that level? And it's not necessarily about the specific materials or the techniques. It's about the practice and the trying stuff, and just kind of, you know, diving into it and have a go, to be honest.
Now you have a YouTube channel, the Dan Cave.
Yeah.
Which I thoroughly enjoy, I must admit, because I like the old style of, you know, the thing is, what really got you started to go into YouTube and start producing your own videos?
I think it probably started last year. Probably because I started watching a number of channels, you know, and kind of mainly I'd say Paul and ISM kind of over the last year or so, and, you know, kind of wife turned around to me and said, well, you know, you could do stuff like that, you know, that could be something to add to the hobby, and, you know, start a YouTube channel. And initially saying you could make money out of it, and I'm saying I don't think you can, not with the subscriber counts we get. And then, you know, listening to Luke on his channel, Carswell, that is, and talking about how it was a way to document your journey and just to help maybe reflect upon how I've progressed in the hobby. And for me personally, it was a little bit of the kind of tech side of it, to do something a little bit techy, the video editing stuff. It just seemed like an additional little bit of a challenge, and I actually quite enjoy putting the videos together. I quite like the video editing side of it, and I think there's some good scope to do some interesting stuff. And it just seemed something to go and try. Plus, for me as a person, I'm a naturally shy person. I'm very introverted, so I can isolate myself very, very easily. In fact, the last year and a half working from home and various things going on in the world, it's like, well, I love it. I don't have to go out and meet people. So in a way, I think YouTube is a way for me to connect with people in a little bit of a distanced way, but it does help me connect with people, which is maybe something I need to do, or I'll just hide myself away too much from kind of social contact. And it's the same with the Hangouts. I mean, that was, it was a reasonable struggle to kind of hit that button at first, because I joined last year for maybe 2 or 3 Hangouts, and my old laptop was rubbish, and the old 8x8 software didn't work very well, and connections weren't great, but they seemed like they were enjoyable, and you kind of get to talk to people, and but I then kind of dropped it for a while. But the start of this year, I kind of said I really need to get back into them, because I think for me it's an opportunity and a chance for me to socialize a little bit more with people that are relatively like-minded.
I think with the introduction of the internet, it's sort of made the hobby not so much of a social, like an anti-social social thing. It's now become a more social event, because more and more people are putting out videos, hangouts, this, that, and other, and you're sort of opening your world to other people. And modeling wise, but basically the hangouts, you join, and the guys, they just spur you on, even if you're on a downer. You go in and you could be miserable. I mean, I'm always bloody miserable, but you go in there and you could be a little bit of mojo last night, and you're in there 5 minutes, and before you know it, you're modeling again, you're laughing, you're having a laugh and a joke, and you're sharing everything with other people, and it readily questions you can answer straight away and they get answered.
Yeah.
And that's what I really enjoy. But I mean, I haven't been in for a couple of weeks, so I'm not doing too well, but I love them, because like I say, you learn a great deal even by watching. Even if you just sit there and the guys got the camera on and you watch and you just look at that and you go,
Yeah, I have to say, I found myself kind of drawn to them probably more than I originally expected. I think initially that there was that difficult step, because you don't know people. And particularly if you watch the show, there's people out there watch the show who will know you guys because they've watched you week in, week out for years, but then actually you don't know them. And maybe they don't really know you, because the hangouts are a little bit different, because obviously it's a little bit more less censorship going on, and it is people certainly being completely honest, although the Friday night show is a snippet of who all you people are in a way. But yeah, at first it is quite daunting, but just getting over that step, it is a welcoming atmosphere, and I've really enjoyed it. It's become part of the routine now, whereas I think for a number of years the routine for me in modeling was, if I was in doing a few hours modeling, it was probably a TV show on the laptop on Netflix, or watch some of the YouTube videos, whereas now it's generally, if I get a few hours, I'll be in the hangout straight away and see what's going on.
Like the guys said, many have said it would be tell people come up, shake their hands, oh hello, and you're like, yeah, hello, who are you? I'm 5 buttons 4. Oh, really? All day.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a model show?
Yeah, I've been to Telford a couple of times. There's a really good one in Bristol as well. They do it in Thornbury, which is about 12 miles from here. So they use one of the sports centres. So they do quite a good show there, and I've been to that a couple of times as well. I suppose the main thing for me is because I was never a competitive modeler, so I'm not looking to compete with people, and I can be quite overly logical on things. It's like, well, why would I want to go see other people's models? I can just see them on the internet. I can see them in a magazine, and I can buy stuff online that I need. But you know, having gone to Telford the first time, it's quite a. And I mean, I suppose the thing I did, there were day trips. Both occasions have gone, so driven up on the day and come back later that evening. My wife actually went with me on both occasions, and she really enjoyed it because being a makeup artist herself, she had certainly the figure painting stuff. She really loved looking at that. She found that absolutely fantastic to look at, and you know, she does like to do a little bit of art from time to time. So, but just as an occasion when you go up, and particularly if you go up with the mindset of, well, it's a bit of a spending spree as well. And it's actually quite nice to go and have a good route around. And certainly for me, because I have a fondness for older kits, and maybe it's the nostalgia in me because it reminds me of kits that maybe I didn't get or I couldn't get when I was younger because they weren't available, or ones I missed out on years ago. To route around in some of the secondhand stalls and find them was always quite enjoyable actually. But then, you know, looking at, you know, some of the special interest groups and the competition rooms, actually the standard of work when you see it with the naked eye and get up close to it, it's actually quite inspiring. Hence I've booked a hotel room for this November for Telford if it goes ahead.
Although Telford no longer do it, but if you do go to a model show, check under the tables and the boxes, because a lot of guys will sell damn good kits for a damn good price under the table. So if you like the normal local model shops and all that, I'll give you a blank check. I've said to you, I want you to design a model, one particular scale, which aircraft or which model would you like to see built? Would you like it in resin? Have you even tried resin actually?
Not a full kit. I have a couple in the stash. I've had a few resin extras and bits and pieces that come with kits. I'm getting quite close to building one of the resin kits that I've got. Which is going to be interesting. So de Havilland Dove in 72nd scale.
Oh yeah, nice. So I'll give you a blank check. You have to build any scale, any particular design you want. What would you choose?
So it's a bit of a weird one, and it's maybe the nostalgia thing again. A 1/72nd scale DC7C.
Oh,
because it's never been made. I think there is a rare VAC form somewhere out there, and I know people have converted the Heller DC6 to a DC7, but because of the museum I worked in, because it was a DC7, I can get a 72nd scale. So the aircraft we had in the museum, we had a de Havilland Vampire, de Havilland Chipmunk, de Havilland Dove, and a Percival Provost, as well as the DC7. So I can get all of them apart from the DC7 in 72nd scale. And I always kind of wanted to do a model of the museum. It would be, you know, something I'd love to do and love to have. I just think the amount of work that will go into converting the 6 to the 7 is a huge amount. I may try it at some point, you never know, but I think if it was available, that's one thing I'd love to see in injection molded 72nd.
But resin printing now is coming out.
Yeah.
That could be a big help for you.
Yeah.
You ever considered that, or is it just something that
I've thought about it. That, you know, looking at the work certainly Luke has done and Dan has done, it's very tempting. I think the big blocker for me is with the amount of time I have available for hobbies. I think having to teach myself a CAD package again, and I've no doubts I can do it because I've used them work-wise. I used them when I was a student, so I've no doubts that I can learn the skills to do it. But I think it's the time to do it, and I think for me, until it's at the point that they're like your A4 printer for inkjet, it's literally plug and play. Until they're at that point, I'll probably stay away from them. But it is very tempting for a few conversions to kind of go, actually, with a little bit of effort, I can make the basic shape of what I need. Take the DC7, it's going to be the wing roots are significantly different on the 7C. Just basically to build that's easy. It's just projecting one aerofoil section. It's the same chord the whole way out, so you just do it. That would be relatively easy to do in a CAD package. I know you can get the resin engines for it, so I know all the bits are available to get. It would be, yeah, it's tempting, but I just think that the initial startup and time and effort, it'd take me away from doing other stuff. So, but I'm getting closer to looking at it.
Yeah, right. We'll go to this question. You're doing a kit, and all of a sudden something major goes wrong. Are you the sort of person that will throw it in the box and forget about it, come back at a later date, or you're the sort of person try and work through it and trying to repair, trying to see what you can do?
I try to work through it generally. I think I've got 2, maybe 3 unfinished kits in a box up there behind me. So I've got an Airfix Defender, the Britain Norman Defender. Sorry, Islander, which I was converting to the Defender, which the Irish Garda operated one. So I was converting that, so it was longer wings, longer fuselage. Started that years ago, but I never got the engine shape right. So that sat there pretty much complete and painted, but I was never really happy with it. I've got a 72nd scale helicopter. Again, I was never happy with the finish because it was brush painted white gloss and it just looked rubbish. And I have a partially started vac form kit. Other than that, I push everything through to the finish. I can't help myself. I kind of just try and figure out a way to get around it to make it good enough, shall we say. And there's some stuff I'll have to sit a little bit further back on the shelf. Don't get me wrong. It's, you know, they're the fillers on the shelf, shall we say. They have to be pushed a little bit further back, but they're okay. They're 72nd scale. They can't be too bad. So.
Like I say, if you see what I've got parts out, I bet you'll have a heart attack. What's your greatest achievement in your builds? What's one that's really made you proud and you think, oh, have you not come across it yet?
Yeah, I suppose it's a little bit linked to that question of what's your best kit, and you know, you've never built it yet, but there are some things which I always kind of remember. I mean, going really far back, I built a Heller F4U Corsair 72nd scale, of course, years ago. And it was when I was in the museum and a few of us decided to try and, I suppose, almost do amongst ourselves a little bit of a model competition. And I suppose it was the first time I really put in the extra effort to make sure I didn't miss anything, you know, get every seam line as perfect as I can get it. Probably the best brush painted finish I've ever done on a kit, you know, properly masked everything up, perfect hand painting of the canopy framing, because that's what I did back then. And I remember that I was so proud of that kit, absolutely delighted with it, absolutely, you know, really, really chuffed with it. Recent times, the Tamiya Ducati 916 that I built. So I think that was the first kit I used 2K on. I was just so pleased with how it came out as an overall finish, and just the rest of the kit. There's still a few things. I can see a fingerprint on the side of the engine quite clearly. You probably won't see it in the photos I put up because it was turned the correct way. But there's little things like that I know where they are. But that's probably, in recent years, that's as close as I've gotten to a kit that I kind of think is really, really good. That's probably my best effort.
Yeah, the 3-foot rule applies, does it?
Yeah, with the lights off.
Do you see yourself continuing in the hobby? This is the most difficult question I was ever asked. Because situations change and things like that. But do you ever can you see yourself maybe going into old age modeling, or is that a question you can't really answer?
No, I think I can. I suppose my modeling patterns over the last few years have been, and probably, you know, when we were first in this house, and you know, when I first met my wife, I was kind of had my flat, but I was kind of living in her house most of the time, and I was modeling out of a carry-all bag, basically, on a coffee table. And what I'd noticed I ended up doing was I would go kind of mad modeling for weeks on end, just kind of every spare moment, every evening. If we were watching TV, I was modeling, and that almost kind of killed my mojo, and I'd stop for a few weeks or a few months, never get rid of stuff, and it's always nicely packaged away and it's ready to go again. But I noticed there was a drop off, and I kind of stopped. But since I've kind of done this room, and probably since I suppose, oriented my modeling schedule a little bit around the live shows and hangouts and stuff, I tend to find I stop modeling while I'm still really into it. So when I go away from it and go to work or go and do other stuff that I do, like play some music or spend time with a grandson or spend time with wife, you know, at the end of it, I'm kind of, you know, there's a thought about, right, you know, I'll get back to doing some modeling later today, or, you know, Friday I have a few hours, so I have that desire to go back to it. So I think the pattern I've ended up in makes me think I'll probably always come back to it. And then, you know, I've done what we're talking the best part of 30 years, where really, you know, if I still had, you know, because I moved to Bristol, I left all my tools behind me. And I think my brother ended up stealing them. So had he not stolen them, I would probably still have my original Swan Morton scalpel. I mean, the one I have now is 20 years old, you know, so I you know, I always kind of keep the stuff. I never get to the point where I stop modeling and go, I'm finished with it. It's normally because I get distracted by something else. So for me, I don't think I'll ever stop. And, you know, our current plans for the house are we're going to convert the attic basically for that to be my office, so this can become a proper spare room for my grandson. And if I get the attic, that'll be useful from a, you know, work from home thing, because that's going to stay probably with the company I work for, you know, certainly the rest of this year. And, you know, going forward, there'll be a lot of working from home. So it'd be nice to have a slightly bigger space where I can lay things out, have a bigger desk, a better airbrushing station, a 3D printing station, you know, whatever. And then, you know, a work desk as well. So yeah.
Are you looking forward to the day? Are you looking forward to the day when you model with your grandson?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He's I mean, he's 2 and a bit years old. Since he's been able to kind of walk and start talking, he kind of knows to, you know, bang on the door before he comes in. And anytime he comes in, I always kind of remind them, you can look at them, don't touch. And he's, you know, from the earliest age where he point up at a motorbike and go vroom vroom to, you know, car, bike, whatever. You know, he is fascinated by it. And there are things you can just see how much he kind of follows me around. If I'm doing any little jobs around the house, if I get the tool set out, he's in on it straight away and he has to help. So I think it will be really interesting and really nice to do. I don't know yet, because I suppose my stepkids, I didn't really raise them from a young age. So I don't know how I'd feel about maybe a 5-year-old, you know, building a model with me. You know, that could push my patience a little bit. But you don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. Yeah,
I'll do it because I think I'm a nice guy. So I'll probably do it anyway. So
yeah. Airbrushing, did you find that a challenge to learn?
Yeah, it took me a long time to get around to it. I think I originally bought one of the Revell single action suction feed ones about probably getting on for 20 odd years ago, with, you know, can of air, etc. Really impressed with the finish, but just the amount of cleanup, getting it set up. I mean, you use a pot of paint just trying to dial in the needle and the pressure on the can, and by the time you dial it in, the can is empty, and it's like, oh, for bloody hell. And I think I did that again probably about 10 years ago. I made the same mistake again and bought another Revell one and a can of air. And that, you know, again, I was really impressed with how good the finish was when I eventually got it right. But just the messing about with it just kind of put me off it. And I think probably the change, I was probably quite lucky because my wife ended up buying an airbrush. Because she went back to college as a mature student and studied theatrical makeup. So for makeup for movie and theater and stuff. So one of the things that's really important in that is graphic art and stuff like that. So she bought an airbrush and a small compressor. And she ended up going back and teaching at the college she studied at for a bit. So she ended up getting some additional kit, which she was able to keep. So I ended up inheriting one of the Iwata Neo airbrushes. And because we had the compressor, it was just an obvious little step to kind of go, well, I'll have a go. I'll have a fiddle with that. And being a bit of a tight ass as well, I decided, well, obviously I don't want to use my good paints. So I ended up using some of the small acrylic pots from an Airfix starter set, but those paints are so lumpy. They're awful. So initially, again, there was that struggle of getting the thin right because it's really thick, it's really lumpy. But I persevered, mainly because I got nothing to lose. I wasn't going to use the paint for anything else. I had the kit for basically free. And yeah, kind of pretty, maybe quickly, maybe not, but it got there. It got to the point where I kind of said, well, actually, particularly with water-based paints and acrylics, I don't have to worry about the fumes in the house because at that stage it was all enamels for me. And those airbrushing those is just, the smell is horrible. I wouldn't have been able, and no one else in the house would be able to deal with it, so that would have been a no-go. But having tried the acrylics and realized, well, hang on, there's no fumes. The cleanup compared to what I tried before with the single action is so much easier. A little bit of water, a little bit of alcohol, and it works fine. And then it kind of stuck with me. And then I was really lucky. So I used that airbrush for probably about 6-7 months. So it must have been, 3 years ago, my birthday. My wife bought me an H&S Infinity as a birthday gift, which absolutely blew me away. Yeah. It was an airbrush she wanted at one stage as well. So we were like, I was absolutely over the moon with that. And that really got me into it and got me kind of focusing more on it and thinking about it. And actually, trying that a little bit more to the point where, it's just airbrush everything now.
Yeah, I have the Infinity as well.
Yeah, I know people struggle with acrylics, but to be honest, I've not. A little bit of tip dry.
Yeah, I have. I call mine Genie.
But then I tend to thin quite heavily, and I think my airbrushing style is I tend to mist a lot. So there's quite a lot of mist coats. I tend to go back and forth, and it's almost when I'm doing a coat on a kit, it's almost a very light coat, and by the time I get around to where I started, it's dried. So I can just keep misting it. So because they're heavily thinned, I don't get that kind of the spider problem that a lot of people get with over thinning. And they're not under thin, so it's not clogging. It's occasional tip dry, but certainly it can be tricky with camouflage schemes and 72nd scale with the smaller needle. It is very difficult to get the balance right, to get it thin enough, but then usable enough to get that very fine kind of feathered edge at that kind of scale. But it works. But I think now most of the time I've got the bigger needle in it. I tend to use it for either lacquers or 2K. Is what I use the Infinity for. And then the Apex, the 2 Apex that I've got are probably primer and acrylics. And then I've got another, I think the Iwatas I still use for maybe metallics and some other stuff. So
are you a tool?
Not really, but I think with airbrushes, I've always had a lot of paint brushes because I think you use the right tool for the right job. So you got different paintbrush sizes. Why not have different airbrushes for different jobs? I think it helps with the contamination, certainly between different media types, between lacquers and acrylics. Cleaning up metallics is a pain. Guaranteed if you paint something silver and then go to paint something black, you're going to get metallic flakes in it. So you might as well just stick metallics with metallics. So from that point of view, other than that, I would say, I'm not overly kind of tool oriented in that way. I really like the UMP sanding sticks. I persevered with sandpaper for years, and it was good. It did the job, but actually now the sanding sticks are just such a brilliant go-to, and they last so long. I'm still using the same set for well over a year, and I must have built 26, 27 kits in that space of time. And a lot of them were really bad kits and needed a lot of sanding. So, they worked themselves hard for a year. And it's the same set.
My last question to you for the evening, mate. Do you have a stash?
I've got a mustache.
He's got a beard.
I do. I have a few kits. I think it's running at about 150 odd at the moment. And of that, I think about 50 of them are car kits. The rest are mainly 72nd scale aircraft. A few bikes in there as well. I'd say most of the car kits I've bought this year. I've built a few, but this year I've gone a little bit car mad. Because I think the thing I noticed with the cars is once they're gone, they're gone. Aircraft, there's almost always a version of the aircraft will come out, a new manufacturer, a retool. But the cars, you know, the things I've missed in cars and bikes over the years, and mainly it kind of goes back to the fact that when I built them years ago, because I never appreciated the different skill set. You can't get away with brush painting a car. You can get away with brush painting a 72nd scale aircraft. You know, gloss finishes and brush don't work as well. And that didn't really kind of kick in with me, probably until I started watching Paul's videos a year or so ago. Hence, I've started buying a lot of car kits and building more cars.
He's a bad influence, mate.
It is. It's the Bretland effect again.
Dan, thank you very much for your time, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Questions for the crew?
Yeah, I've got one, Dan. What's in those two boxes behind you on the shelf, the multicolored stripy ones?
The one on the right is batteries.
Ooh. Okay, what's on the left? I'm interested now.
The one on the left is surplus chargers and electrical cables.
Oh, Dan's got one of them for the batteries in the bedroom, haven't you, Dan?
Dan plugs into the mains.
It's a bigger battery box, then.
I've got a kickstart.
Oh. No, I'm done. That's it. Norman pretty much covered everything there.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Nope.
Yeah, I've got one. You're on 172nd aircraft principally. Do you have any urge to go any bigger scale, 48th perhaps?
At some point, I think it'll happen. I think recently I've been thinking about maybe trying one or two. I suppose one of the reasons I stuck with 72nd is just that relatable bit. It's nice to look at a shelf and go, there's an F-14 and there's a flanker, and I can appreciate the size comparison, and there's a Spitfire. I'm less bothered about that now as I've gotten a bit older, and I just really enjoy my modeling. So I think something World War II 48 scale, you know, something that's not going to take me 6 months, because I think that would kill the mojo. Something that's a month or two project, I wouldn't rule it out. Although, funnily enough, I'm thinking about 35th scale stuff, actually, because I've got some decals for some Irish Army stuff. So, like the Rolls-Royce World War I armoured car, the Irish had them in the 1920s. I think I'd like to build that on 35th scale.
Expanding on Al's question then, Dan, would you not consider building like two kits at once? So maybe something bigger, which would be a bit of a slower burner, then still like sort of speed build your 172nd ones? Yeah,
I probably would. I think I have 4 kits on the go at the moment. So I've got 2 cars and 2 aircraft in progress. So yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah.
What's in stock, Paul?
Huh?
A 48 scale World War II aircraft have you got in stock?
What?
I'll have to have a look.
Yeah.
A 0 might be nice, actually.
And if folks would like to subscribe to Dan, it's called the Dan Cave, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll posted the link a bit further up.
Yeah, is it link
well
further
done.
up, is it?
I just posted it again for everybody if they do want to see.
Yeah, cheers, Alan.
Al.
Excellent. Nice one, Norman. Great interview, and well done, Dan.
Thank you.
Well done, Dan. Thank you very much.
So there you go. Yeah, you know one of our live crew a bit more now. We've got Mr. Roland Hewitt next week. Have we all been done then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hang on.
Apart from Luke.
I was going to say, did we do Luke? We didn't, did we?
Yes, I've been doing
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah.
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 What about you, Paul?
What about me?
Has Norm done you?
I've been done twice.
Yeah, but should we do you again, given that there's probably a lot of new viewers that might not have seen the original one?
That is true.
That's very true.
Moving on.
I think with Paul, the ideal thing is to be open up to the public and get them to ask him questions.
Yeah.
Then Paul can sit there and go through each one and answer them.
Oh, good idea.
That's not a bad idea, yeah. I've been asked to do a couple of interviews lately.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Where were you on the night of the 11th?
Yeah. I wasn't involved in anything, officer. Right then. We've got a giveaway to do, and we've got Dan's section to do, haven't we?
Yeah.
Come on then, Dan, we'll do you first, and then I'll do myself in a bit.
I shall mash buttons once. Stand by.
I'm going to hand you over to Mr. Scattergood, and he's going to have a look at all the work that you... Hang on, I need to get all the spotlights off here, don't I? Move spotlights. Where are you, Norman? Where have you gone? There you are. Move spotlight. Oh, there we go. Right, I'm going to hand this down. He's going to look at all the work everyone's finished over the past, Jesus, I don't know, month or whatever the hell it's been. 3 weeks at least.
I've not quite got the forum up yet, but
Nah, don't worry. Is there anything on it?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
Good.
1 or 2.
Ooh, good stuff.
Don't worry, Sean. You're penciled in for interviews, well, mate.
You've got a pencil in.
Sean Brader, he's penciled in for interviews. Oh, there's his password. Copy that, folks.
Is that King Dan and King Dick?
You cut out there now.
Bye.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, there we are. That one. That's the one that I'm looking for. Hello.
Hello, log in.
Why is he doing that again? He did that not so long back and all. Stop doing that. There we are. There we are. Good evening, peoples of the internet.
Good evening.
We're going to start on the forum. And we have, first one out the gate, we have Tomcat64. He says, evening, young Dan, or whoever's drawn the short straw this week. It's been a while, but he's finally finished another project. This is Bronco's 35th scale Humber Armoured Car Mark II. It's a fiddly kit with full interior and suspension and dodgy instructions. No, really? The base is from Dio Dump, and the figures are Master Box and Mini Art. It's been painted with Ultimate Grade Primer, Vallejo Model Air and Model Color, and weathered with MIG and AK Interactive pigments and washes.
That's nice.
I like that. I like that a lot. Over there. We have next, we have Styrene Works. It says, greetings, people. After almost 2 years, he actually finished a build. These are his Wolfpack 48 scale T38 Talons, all finished in different NASA liveries. The one on the left depicts a T38A in the late 60s. The one in flight is a Space Shuttle Approach trainer from the 80s, and on the right, the current T38N. The initial plan was, of course, to build one. The early scheme was seen in Apollo 13, but that quickly escalated when he started looking through the plane service details with NASA. He used 3 kits, 2 T38As and 1 T38C, which he converted even to a T38N. Edward P.E. For fun decals. Decals, resin from Wolfpack, and all of his Ultimate White Primer. A lot of scratch building went into these kits, and a lot of surface details were added. He won't be building 3 kits simultaneously again anytime soon, but he's fairly happy with the result and calling it subject done.
Good.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I like that. Different. This is Warden B next. Too far scrolly. Stop scrolly. This is Warden B next. He says he completed his 24th scale Tamiya Mercedes CLK GTR this week. Started it last autumn, but reboxed to await the time and bench space to attempt detailing the engine. Fantastic kit with its original Tiley, I don't know. Being ideal for the decal junkies out there. He did spend many enjoyable hours adding various bits and pieces to the engine, but he thinks it's worth the effort as it's very much on display with the rear shell removed. Base coat was 0 Mac Blue, then GX100 Clear, followed by a 0 Diamond 2K. Thanks for looking.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I love that.
Making models. Young Carl up in Scotland. This is his Revell Tidarium shuttle. Scale 72nd or 106th. Can't remember. This thing is 2 years in the making and he hopes we like it.
That is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. It's an older code, but it checks out.
I just got to clear them.
Just for the nerds. Hey, Mika is next. Says, hey, Dan. Hey, Mika. This is his AMT Ford 1953 pickup truck in 1/25th scale. It's a stock/custom/service. Tamiya grey primer, 0 paints Gulf orange and masked on 2K lacquer gloss spray can. A little bit of bare metal foiling also, and a real wood bed floor.
Nice.
Very nice.
I like his wood.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh, you always get a chuckle from Peanut Gallery as soon as you mention wood. Oh, the first one out of Face 8 this evening is Mr. Robert Adams. And this is his Trumpeter 32nd scale BF109. It's a custom fuselage camo done freehand. A custom checkerboard design for the spinner. Antenna wire is stretched sprue and many scratch built parts in the cockpit. Took a while, but he's glad he has something to contribute this time around. All the best, Paul, Dan, and crew.
Very nice.
That's very nice. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that looks really good. And people are still stretching sprue in this day and age. I'm quite staggered. This is Mr. Mark Atkinson next. He's finished his 24th scale Tamiya Toyota Supra GR. He's painted it using UMP black primer. 0 paints Lamborghini purple.
The owner pacify.
That one, purple. Clear coat is Gravity Spade 2K, all through his UMP Apex. He's used ultimate polishing, used to get the super shiny. The wheels were stripped of the chrome and painted those parts in 0 paints. Raise gold bronze. Is also heat stained the exhaust. He hopes we like it and have a great show. No, I do like that.
Great colour.
That's cool how the rims alternate on each spoke. That's neat.
Yeah,
I'll guarantee that busted his head.
It's a separate part on the kit wheels.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a video build of that kit on the channel.
I just flick through while talking.
Beautiful kit to build as well.
Oh dear. Mr. Kevin Marshall. In the first glimmer of a possible mojo return, he's finished off the 72nd scale Tamiya A6 M30. He's used UMP primer, obviously, and a combination of Mr. Colour and Mission Model paints, along with an eyeball red mix for the
Inamaroos.
In a what?
Inamaroos.
Them, what he said.
Meatballs.
Now move along to the real models. No wrong with that, Kev.
No, nice. It's finished.
Good, mate.
Getting anger, telling you your mojo will be here within minutes. Either that or you'll be wanting to hang yourself. One or the other.
No,
There is no middle ground.
There's no middle ground now. Mr. Carl Roberts is next. And this is a Tamiya Ferrari F50 in 1/24th scale.
Ooh.
He's used UMP white primer, Gravity Spain Moderna yellow, Gravity 2K clear, a mixture of Tamiya LP paints, all through his UMP Apex. He's finished it with UMP Polishing Solutions compounds. A bit of a learning curve with this, some fitting issues with a couple of parts, and the first time using microscale decal film to revive original decals. But he thinks he's used too much and just kept curling, but got them down with the UMP decal solution in the end. Thanks for looking and happy weekend.
Nice.
Hey.
Like that one as well.
Wheels.
Another one that I really liked as well. This is Mr. Thomas Hebert next. And this is a rusty Renault 4CV Sport by Heller in 24th scale. Completed it last month, but missed the live show. He's primed it in Wilco's grey primer, painted in acrylics, Humboldt desert yellow, and dry brushed Revell rust base coat. Neat hairspray and rock salt applied before final Humboldt gloss yellow. Other details done in aluminium tape, rust, and black washers and weathering powder used in places. His seats are detailed with masking tape and Humboldt leather acrylic. Scratch built Marlborough newspaper and beret for the interior, and his first ever rusty car, and he's pretty pleased with it. Cheers.
Good.
Very
No,
nice.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's something different.
Weathering's good.
Yeah, you don't see many of them sort of particular variants of model. I didn't know what to call it then. I nearly called it something else, but I'd have been fined.
The truck master.
This is Mr. Ian Douthwaite next. Yeah. This is a 1/24th scale Italiera Scania Streamline timber trailer and crane with a shed load of aftermarket resin and photo etch to save Dan from a very long list. Full details on his ISM thread. Rally Chef, yep. Or, yeah. I can't remember if he did one on forum as well. He may have done. Custom built to accurately represent a vehicle from a local firm. Custom decals from Dodgers Decals. Been a bit of a battle with one thing and another, but finally completed after 18 months. It did. Amazing with that, really.
Yeah.
With everything that he's had going on in, in his life and whatnot, but yeah. To just pop out to the other side and go, ta-da! Yeah, that's a belter.
Cool, isn't it?
Oh, too fast, too furious. This Mr. Dave Allen next. This week he's finished his entry into the movie/TV build. It's a 24 scale Tamiya Toyota Supra. Used a USCP trans kit to recreate Brian Supra from the Fast and Furious. Is UMP Prime, Zero Base, and Top Coat. Pro Range 2K cleared. Various Tamiya paints elsewhere, all shot through his UMP Apex. Hope you guys like it.
Tremendous. What?
No.
Oh. Watch out for that tree.
That's so bad.
I can hear you all laughing now.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yep. This is Mr. Simon Shore next. It's not really that big. It's a little air freshener that he's got in his cave.
Hey.
So, this is a 1:1 scale Les Paul replica, built from a kit for the body and neck, plus lots of other components, various stains, and some rub-on lacquer again.
Oh, hey! You can't beat some stains and rub-on lacquer.
That doesn't sound right. I'm sorry.
UMP Sanders, and believe it or not, some UMP polish as well.
Yep.
Had to rewire some of the pre-assembled components, so lots of soldering too. He's finally finished and tuned after a couple of months of working on it with his lad. He's a happy chappy, and I have to say, I really enjoyed the challenge of something new.
I preferred it when he was a happy crappy.
Well, I preferred it when he was
That's funny.
I like him
like
not.
Oh dear.
Brilliant. Looks good.
Very nice. Very
Simon's
nice.
Guitar Shop will open next year.
It worked as well, which is the main thing.
But you know, before you know it, be on stage singing "Comfortably Numb" by Pink Floyd.
I hope so.
You know the one that you done. All the final countdown.
Oh God.
Stop! You let me. Oh, I've just bleached my eyes from watching that. Oh my God, that was hilarious. This is Mr. Joe Bagshaw next. Oh dear.
Stop it.
And this is a Tamiya Kawasaki ZZR 1400 in 1/12 scale. Made a huge mistake with the metal transfers, so I had to order some new ones to finish off the kit. It's an excellent Tamiya quality as usual, built straight out of the box. I like that.
Very nice.
Very clean.
Luke's a beast.
Very stealthy.
Yeah. Very aptly named, this fella. This is Mr. Dave McRae next. And he's finished this 24 scale Tamiya 98 Subaru Impreza Monte Carlo. Paints used on the bodywork Tamiya Mica Blue, Mr. Hobby Super Clear, and Tamiya acrylics for everything else. Light pods are still to be finished and will be added with magnets at a later date. Had a couple of little decal issues, as you do, but thoroughly enjoyed this kit, and it's probably his best one to date after a year of model building.
Cool.
Great kit, but those treble 5 swoops on the side are
Oh my God, yeah.
They're a nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
I wanted to hang myself.
They are.
Mine.
Yeah.
It's a lovely stance in the picture.
It's a great car. I sold my built one for a pittance, and I'm gutted.
I remember.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Chris Stover next, and he's finished this Tamiya 35th scale Tiger One early production. He's painted it with Tamiya paints and weathered with Vallejo washers and mixed pigments. Only aftermarket parts added were the PE grills.
Nice.
A nice camo scheme, that.
Yeah, that's good.
I like this one as well. This one's really nice.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Radim Effenberger. He says, after 11 months of research and hard work, he's finally finished this beast. It's a Trumpeter 35th scale MI-24V. He's used a mix of ammo, MiG, Gunzi, and Tamiya products, custom-made decals, Edward Big Ed set, Profi modeler resin wheels, and flare dispenser. Res kit weapon pylons and master summit with guns. 3D printed parts designed by him, and lots of scratch built items and details, and some minor shape corrections on the external surface. Sorry. Yeah, he's done really well with
getting
that.
that one built.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Many moons ago, there was a build of such an aircraft, and yeah, that got kicked at curb pretty quick. I bet Tim's still got it somewhere in a box.
Still got mine.
Oh, this is going to be a name I'm going to butcher. Stand by, people. I'm just wrapping my brains around this one.
Mr. Attila.
Mr. Attila, the Hun. I've no clue how to even attempt to pronounce his first name. I do apologize. But this is his. Oh, what?
Cabosses.
That. What Luke's just said.
Glad we got somebody with an education in here.
Yeah. Well, This is Fujime's 24 scale McLaren F1 Hobby Boss Photo Etch Detail Upgrade. He's used Zero Paint's McLaren F1 Orange. Tamiya acrylic. It was a big fight, but he loves this car and the result.
That's cool.
And I don't blame him. I really don't, because that looks really good.
Yeah.
I do apologize if
Is the wheel in the center of the car?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's got 3 seats.
it's a weird setup, but yeah. I'd crash it a lot.
It's got
No.
three seats, Jim. It's got a front driver's seat and 2 passenger seats set back either side.
Oh, okay.
Very weird setup, as Dan says.
Yeah, it's a very
Rowan Atkinson, or AKA Mr. Bean, had one, and total.
No, I did still have it, although it was mangled, yes.
Yes, very mangled.
Yes. And it was worth a very, very substantial amount of money.
Yep, and you got it fixed.
Yep. This is Mr. Douglas Weir next. He's finished his F16N adversary build from the Tamiya 48 scale F16C/N kit. Built with quite a bit of aftermarket resin and PE and some scratch building. It's not perfect and mistakes were made, but he really enjoyed this build. The kit is a 48 scale Tamiya F16C/N Fighting Falcon. Detail up parts are Edward Big Ed photo etch set, pardon me, Edward resin ejector seat, Edward resin F16 air brakes, master pitot tube with an angle of attack, res kit F16A wheels, is used MRP air superiority blue and light sky blue. Windsor Newton matte varnish, UMP decal solutions, UMP concrete wash, UMP earth and sandy earth pigments. Thanks for looking, and he hopes everyone has a good weekend.
Good.
That looks
Very
that
nice.
looks lovely,
Yeah.
Great kit there.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Banana Man? Mr. John Stone. I'll just let you breathe that in, everybody.
Cool.
That's just
Lost his top.
oh my god.
It's blue as top. That's cool.
That is
That's
kick
very cool.
ass. I like everything, including down to the table, the little G clamp that's holding the lamp on and the regulator for the gas bottle, and yeah, that's just bonkers. He says, greetings once again, slaves to the plastic. Here then, the Mini Art 35th scale German.
Werkstattwagen.
Thank you.
That one.
Told you, I told, didn't I say
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
to you?
handy
See?
bloke, handy bloke.
I told you, I had a secret plan.
Nice
Yeah,
one.
there's a
plan.
spelling
Nice
mistake.
one.
There's a K missing.
Oh,
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 punctuation to boot.
oh. See, I told
Spelling,
you, coming
grammar,
handy.
punctuation to boot.
Thing
That's
is,
it.
though,
He's
John-
shined
John's-
on his. He's shined on his first day. He's hit.
Yep.
There we
There
go.
you
There we
go.
go. Downhill from now on.
Way to go, Roland.
thing
Yeah,
is, though,
thanks,
John
man.
lives in Germany and he's very fluent in German. So to get a spelling mistake, John, shame on you.
Yeah, horrible.
It's primed it using UMP black and painted it using many different types and colours of paint. Good lad. The roof was not fixed to the base permanently, as the long-haired general wanted it so. A long and interesting build, many fragile and small parts, lots of tools and bits and pieces. Thanks for looking, and I hope we like it. Model
I
on.
love it. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Good
I
job
like
again.
That Facebook logo in the top corner looks really realistic as well.
that.
That's really good, John. Really good.
Yeah, he's not bad at modelling, really.
Yeah, he's
Not too shabby.
He'll get hang on it one of these days. There's Mr. Shane Wright next. He's finished this today. It's a Tamiya 1/12 scale Ducati Panigale S.
Ooh.
He's used SMS paints and a mixture of Tamiya lacquer paints, clear coated in SMS Super Clear. I like
I
that.
love it. I love the martini. I love the martini.
Yeah, it's cool.
Anything that says martini on it, definitely got my vote.
Except for the drink.
I don't like the drink.
No.
No,
Except for the extra dry stuff that goes in cocktails and stuff.
Yeah. No.
Cuckoo.
What?
Dale. The 12-year-old boy, go away, go away. This is Mr. Douglas Weir again. We might address something at the end of my post. But
It's something we've missed out, isn't it?
yes, but we'll address that at the end.
Yeah.
We'll let this, this is Mr. Douglas Weir again. Another one off the bench, a nice simple kit from Fujimi that went together beautifully. Weird. First Fujimi kit for him, and it won't be the last. It's a 24 scale Fujimi Ferrari 458 Italieri. No, it isn't, it's Italia. Primer is Alclad White. Ooh. Base coat is Gravity Colors Ferrari
Yellow.
Yellow. Yep. It's Gravity Colors 2K glass. Its interior is AK Real Colors RAF Azure Blue. And Zero Paint Textured Charcoal. And Tamiya LP5 Semi-Gloss Black.
Black.
It's UMP Decal Solutions and UMP Polishing System. Various Tamiya LP X and XF paints used for the other parts. Thanks for looking.
Nice. The Fujimi car kit is generally very good.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. What does it for me is just that little stripe thing there.
Yeah.
Because I bet that were a nightmare.
Is that a stripe or is that reflection off the plexi?
No, that's Italian flag stretched out into a
okay. I couldn't see it. Very cool.
You need a new prescription then, Jim.
You're a crap lightning kid.
There you go, Jim. These are stripes for you. Can you see them?
Yes, I can see those ones.
This is Mr. Chris Burrill. If I butchered your name. Yeah, this is Chris, but if I butchered your name, sorry. Not sorry. First model completed this year. It's a 25th scale AMT 70 Chevelle SS for the road car group build. He's used Vallejo primer throughout. Body is Model Master True Blue Pearl with Tamiya X22 clear. Nice colour.
Good, yeah, really good.
Interior is Tamiya flat white with Vallejo satin varnish and Vallejo black for the dash. Scratch made the buckles for the seat belts. Ranger embossing powder for the carpet. This was a horrible kit with many fit issues, but in the end, it's his best paint job and looks pretty good on his shelf. Thanks for checking it out.
Love Chevelle.
Nice.
No, that paint job looks pretty good. I like that paint job.
Really good, yeah. It's nice colour, nice clear coat.
Very shiny.
It's nice.
And as long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. Everybody else can jog on.
Yep.
This is Mr. Alan Parker. This is to me a 24th scale Takata Dome NSX. It's primed into me a light grey. He's base coated it into decanted to me a TS29 and TS20. Clear coated using Gravity 2K Clear. Various Tamiya LP paints used throughout. Is airbrushed through his trusty UMP Apex Zuz. Polished with UMP polishing system. Thanks for taking the time to look.
Superb. Lovely job, mate.
I like that.
Very, very nice.
Look bad on you, but look good on your shelf of doom.
Yeah.
Or is that a cabinet of doom?
Cabinet of doom.
This is Lee Edmonds next. Here is the Zvezda 1144th Airbus A320 in the special Jetstar orange livery. The decals are from Nazca Decals, and the orange paint is straight out the SMS lacquer bottle.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice and clean.
I was just about to say, again, it's another aeroplane that looks really good that probably, you need a bit of skill to build an aircraft, I think, of that particular sort. And I want to do one, but I don't want to do one all at the same time, because I think I might bob it up. This is Chris Pilling next. And this is a Tamiya Subaru Impreza 99 WRC in 24 scale. He's painted it in a What If. They were sponsored by Gulf instead of 555. He's primed it in UMP grey. He's painted it in Tamiya X14 Sky Blue, X6 Orange, and X2 White. His clear coat is Mr. Hobby GX112 Gloss. His decals are Gulf decals from eBay. Rest were kit. only the 555 related decals not used. This is not 100% perfect. A few little errors around the window trims, but overall it is happy. I hope you like it and is not offended the purist too much with this. Have a good weekend.
It's really good, isn't it? I like that.
I like
that scheme. Lovely scheme.
Very cool.
Something different every now and again. You've got to do it. And do you know what I mean? You can't just keep doing the same old, same. Although it looks good, just throw something different in there and it'll just change your mojo as well, I think. Oh, like this one from Mr. McNeish. It is with great pleasure and
incredulity.
Yep, what he said. That he presents the 70-second trumpeter Gannett ASW converted to a COD version.
Something fishy going on there. Hang on. What scale is it?
48.
Oh dear.
Has it got a tail hook?
Yeah. We didn't have previously.
It's nice that he finished it.
Oh.
Tumbleweed. Is used to be a grey fine surface primer, MRP paints, extra decal, aftermarket decals, UMP washers, aqua gloss, clear coat, and lots of hate and ill will.
Lovely, Al. I like it.
Lovely.
I
like that a lot.
Very nice, Al.
What gets me the most, Al, on that is your masking line to separate the two colours. I like that a lot.
It's well, the bit below the canopy towards the rear, that's a lumpy bit, so it was easy enough.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
He did that freehand with a brush.
Something like that, yeah.
Honestly, amazing.
I learned a lot of new words in the hangout when Al was building that one.
No, you've done honestly, Al, you've done really well with that, mate. Yeah, really.
Yeah, no,
really.
Cheers, mate.
Looks good.
And this is Mr. Simon Shorey again.
Oh my God.
Oh, my tinnitus has just kicked in. Nice one. Thanks very much, Head. Oh, I can't hear a thing. Also completed this, the 24 scale Jaguar XJS TWR for the Motorsport Body Build. Is used UMP primer, Zero Racing Green, Gravity 2K, all through his apex, and is used UMP polishers.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it a lot.
Very
nice outside.
Very clean.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I
well.
read somewhere that them buttresses there was the worst design in Jaguar history.
Yeah.
Because it made the car very unstable.
Really?
Yeah.
Explain what the buttresses are.
The window weren't supposed to be set back. The window was supposed to follow those buttresses down.
Yeah.
Oh.
And in Jaguar's infinite wisdom, somebody went, nope, that'll cost too much. So they had a window already for another vehicle, and it just fit in the hole at the back. So that's what they went with. And yeah. And a lot of Spanish connectors. Nothing against the Spanish, but they used a lot of Spanish connectors.
Because that's a good kit as well. The bonnet does come off on it, and the engine detail is quite decent. It's a shame that you can't do a bit more with it because it's quite tight in the engine bay, but never mind.
Yeah. No, I really like that though, mate. It's I've always liked those XJs. They just you know, it's like land yachting, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Clark. This is Jim Clark next.
Very nice.
He says he got this one finished up a few weeks ago. It's a 48th scale Tamiya F14A. He's used the new Quintus Studios 3D printed transfers, Master Pitot tube and AOA. Quack boost.
Oh my gosh, I messed that up, didn't I? Sorry.
He's used the Quack boost seat. I bet that's some
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
What the duck?
Oh,
waterfowl joke.
Edward Brassin wheels, decals with
Backing up here.
aero design.
Hey.
Hopes everyone has a great weekend.
Lovely.
Walker.
Nice one.
Was it very mallard?
Mellow. It was very mellow.
Oh dear.
I bet it was a hell of a bill for those aftermarket.
Hey.
know for a fact we're going to pick up on a spelling mistake. You do know that, don't you, Jim?
That's a typo.
We might not be able to spell very well, but
Still spelt wrong.
We can spot one a mile away.
We're very quick at finding it.
Oh dear. This is Mr. Douglas Weir. He says another one that was completed earlier this week. It was also his entry to the 72nd group / buddy build. Enjoy putting this together, and the decal scheme adds an extra interest for him. It's a 72nd Tamiya Messerschmitt BF 109G-6. Decals by Exito Decals. Paint is AK Real Colours as per the call out on the reference sheet. Various Tamiya LP X and FXF and Vallejo model colours used elsewhere. Use UMP decal solutions, UMP washers, and UMP pigments. Thanks for looking.
Nice.
It's very different.
Yeah, I like
very
that.
different. I like that a lot. Strangely. And a third. Yeah, we're definitely going to clarify this at the end. Mr. Weir again, and his final finished model for Dan's this week is his E-Type. He won't lie, it was a bit of a pain in places, but perseverance paid off, and it's complete. It's a 24 scale Revell Jaguar E-Type. He's used Alclad Black Primer, Gravity Colors Jaguar Silverstone Green. Gravity Colors 2K Glass wheels are 3D printed courtesy of Luke at Scale Motor. Molotov chrome for the wheels with aqua gloss clear, bare metal foil for various trim pieces, UMP decal solutions, UMP polishing system, and various Tamiya LP, X and XF, Mr. Hobby, etc. paints used for the details. Once again, thanks for looking and have a great weekend.
That is such a classic design that whenever I think Jaguar, that's the car you think of. That is got to be their signature car. Coming from a lackey American that knows nothing about European cars.
Hang on, and it's a Jaguar.
Okay, what you said, Jaguar.
That's aluminium.
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Ooh, nice ball. Wrong color though.
No.
Another one of those builds where I learned new words.
Yes.
Hey, I wasn't bad this build.
I enjoyed watching this one, to be fair.
No, I did too.
Belter. This is our very own Mr. Paul Bertland.
Thank you.
This is video build number 7 of the year complete. For a 40-year-old kit, it went together really well, needing a few tweaks here and there. Not all the panels shut perfectly, and it has flaws here and there, but it was an enjoyable build nonetheless. It's a MPC/Airfix 1/16 Shelby Cobra.
Cobra.
A what?
Cobra.
Cobra.
Yeah.
Cobra.
He's primed.
One got roof, so the other hasn't. carry on, go.
Oh, he's primed an Ultimate Modeling Grade Primer. He's painted it with Gravity Colors Spain Porsche Ruby Red. He's cleared it in Gravity Colors Spain 2K Clear Coat. The body stripe and wheels were painted in Mist Hobby Silver Plate. Gravity Gravity Focus interior light cream leather. Red scale production flock for the carpet. Various Tamiya LP and TS paints used throughout. Is used as 0.2 and 0.35 Ultimate Apex airbrushes used throughout, and micro mesh and Ultimate polishing systems for a high shine.
Very nice.
Very sweet.
I do like
love the wheels.
What else I like about it is you've gone with black accents on the.
Yeah, that was my idea. Alan told me to go crow.
That's where we learned the words.
Yeah, it was Alan's suggestion. And basically, because my chrome went wrong, I decided to.
When I built mine, I did pretty much something similar. I tried to not make my chrome because I didn't like it, and I think black suits it. It really does, that particular color anyway.
Yeah, I know it does look good.
Definitely does. Ooh. And the very final one of the evening is Banana Man once again.
Wow.
This is Mr. John Stone. He says, greetings once again, slaves to the plastic. Here then the completed Meng 1/35 scale Neymar. Yes, I know. I've made a huge mistake with the build. Now, I couldn't see this mistake.
I got no idea what it is.
I've stared at this a few times when I've been on throne, and
as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to highlight it because if no one can see it, it don't matter, does it?
Oh, you're
exactly.
You're an arse.
You could at least put us out as misery so as we're not boggled.
I'll let Banana Man tell you.
He's not put the skirt on the wrong way round, has he? That's a yes then.
That's what I was.
They're on opposing sides.
Yeah, that's what I can see. I might be wrong.
I'm totally guessing. Everything else looks great on it. It's anything you can see.
Yeah. I think what he's done is put the, like you say, the armor panels on the side. They're not upside down because obviously you got the hinge brackets.
Yeah, they're on the wrong side of the vehicle. They need taken off and swapped.
Or you've just pointed out the other thing he's done wrong.
Yeah. Either way, John, it's a phenomenal build, mate.
It looks awesome.
Oh, he's saying the headlights.
Uh-oh.
What headlights?
Headlights.
I can't see the headlights, John.
That's why.
Maybe that's where he's gone wrong.
That could be why.
Oh, fair enough,
Won't be the problem.
John, you need to elaborate, expand.
Elaborate. I've got to say though, if that were shooting at me, I wouldn't say, "Look, you ain't got no headlights." Do you know? That'd be the last thing on my brains.
Neighbour.
Personally, I nearly bloody killed her. Yeah. But personally, for me, I quite like that.
I love it. Yeah, very nice.
And what's nice to see, because John doesn't do a lot of weathering on his armor.
No.
And I think he's nailed that weathering.
Yeah, that's good.
That looks really, really good.
Yeah, nice work,
He's
John.
primed it using UMP black. He's painted it using AK paint and out of the box, except for the chain and the reflective stickers by AFB Club. Thanks for looking. Model on.
Well done, Grandpa.
Lovely.
Cool.
Lovely.
Well, that looks good.
Right, you've now got the time it takes Dan to quickly recap the builds.
Just
place your vote.
Just before that, we let this one run over for a few reasons. However, it will be just one submission per person from now on.
Yeah, every 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're just gonna clamp down. It's not so much that, we're just trying to get, instead of seeing 4 of one and 1, do you know what I mean? It's
it's not singling anyone out. It was a rule on the old section that you only had one picture, one entry. And when we continued over to this, I don't think we clarified that in the rules.
No, I think.
And obviously, because we've not been here for like 3 weeks, however it's been, people have got more stuff in.
Yeah.
But obviously, we did this to keep down a number of things Dan has to read. He was not here for hours. So it's not a pop at anyone. It's just something we forgot to do in the beginning. Yeah. And to make it fair, one entry each is the right way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, they belong inside the main body. I couldn't even see the headlights, John.
No.
Okay.
Well, fair play.
Yeah, well done.
I was wrong.
But yeah, so from now on, it'll be one entry per session.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Right. Stan's going to recap. Keep an eye out in the chat for Alan, saying start your voting now. We need, and this is something Alan wants to stress, you need to get the builder's name and the subject, because it makes life a lot easier. Because you've just put Dan's thing, and there's 12 Dans in the thing. It makes it difficult for us, and I think in future your vote will just be missed out.
What scale is Dan's thing?
It's small.
Very small.
You need an optimizer. Anyway, yeah, if you can put the builder's name, because all the names are there, they're playing as data C, and the subject, that would be immensely helpful for Alan.
Yes.
Right. So when you're ready, Dan, and when you're ready, Alan.
When you're ready, Dan, go for it, buddy.
I am ready.
Go.
Tomcat 64 with his Bronco 35th Humber Armored Car Mark II. I really like that one. We have Styrene Works with a plethora of 48th scale Wolfpack T38 Talons.
Ooh.
We have Warren B with his 24 scale Tamiya Mercedes CLK GTR. And we have Making Models with his Revell Tidarium Shuttle I'm going to stick with 72nd scale because it looks pretty big there. We have Hey Mika with his AMT Ford 1953 pickup truck in 25th scale. Quickly dart over back to Face Ache. And we have Mr. Robert Adams with his Trumpeter 32nd scale BF 109. We have Mr. Mark Atkinson with his 24 scale Tamiya Toyota Supra GR. We have Mr. Kevin Marshall with his 72nd scale Tamiya A6 M30. Mr. Carl Roberts with his Tamiya Ferrari F50 in 24th scale. Mr. Thomas Hebert with his Rusty Renault 4CV Sport from Hella in 24th scale. Mr. Ian Douthwaite with his 24th scale Italieri Scania Streamline and accessories. Mr. Dave Allen with his 24th scale Tamiya Toyota Supra. Mr. Simon Shorey with his 1-to-1 Les Paul replica. Mr. Joe Bagshaw with his Tamiya Kawasaki ZZR 1400 in 12th scale. Mr. Dave McRae with his 24 scale Tamiya 98 Subaru Impreza Monte Carlo. Mr. Chris Stover with his Tamiya 35th scale Tiger 1 early production. Mr. Adam Effenberger with his Trumpeter 35th scale MI24V. Mr. Attila, I do apologise, with his Fujimi 24 scale McLaren F1. Mr. Douglas Weir with his 48th scale F16C/N. Mr. John Stone with his Mini Art 35th scale German. Damn it, Roland.
Werkstattwagen.
Werkstattwagen.
Yes.
Werkstattwagen. Ja, schnell.
Jawohl. Jawohl, schnell.
Achtung. Minen.
Nein.
Uh-oh.
8.
7.
Oh, Mr. Shane Wright with his Tamiya 112 scale Ducati Panigale S. Mr. Douglas Weir with his Fujimi 24 scale Ferrari 458 Italia. Chris Burrill with his 24 scale AMT 70 Chevelle SS. Mr. Alan Parker with his Tamiya 24 scale Takata Dome NSX. Mr. Lee Edmonds with his Vesda 1144 Airbus A320. Mr. Chris Pilling with his Tamiya Impreza, 99 WRC in 24 scale. Mr. McNeish with his 72nd scale Trumpeter Gannet. We have Mr. Simon Shorey with his 24 scale Jaguar. Who will that buy, actually?
I see. Yeah, you think he'd put it in the title for you, wouldn't you?
You'd think he'd make it easy, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Hasegawa.
Well, that's a Hasegawa kit, is it, Simon? Oh,
Yes,
I'll go on further. The kit number's 20305. And you can just right above me up there looking at me.
Sorry, mate. It is.
Mr. Jim Clark, his 48 scale Tamiya F14A with his quack boost. Mr. Douglas Weir with his 72nd Tamiya Messerschmitt 109 Gs. Mr. Douglas Weir again with his E-Type Jaguar from Revell in 24th scale. Mr. Paul Bretland with his MPC Airfix 1/16th scale Shelby Cobra. And Mr. John Stone with his Meng 35th scale Neymar.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Oh.
Well done, Dan.
Thank you all.
Very nice, Daniel.
Yeah.
And everyone did so well, bar the two people that are not listening. One of them, John Bellows, putting Jaguar. and there's at least there's 2 Jaguars in there.
Yeah.
And at least Graham French put Jaguar XJS.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
So yeah, I don't know. Can't get the staff.
I know. I know.
That's the problem these days.
And people are still voting, but there we go. Never mind.
Yeah, you've missed out, peeps. Is Claire going to get the last vote?
All right then. So we got windows here. Let's move this slide out of the way so I can see. Right, first up we got Mr. Luke Ward. What's your vote, please, buddy?
It's got to be John Stone's mini art German Womple Flomple.
Werkstattwagen.
Without a K.
Werkstattwagen.
If I'm honest, I prefer Luke's description of it.
Fuller for you, 3 weeks.
Mr. Croak.
Douglas's F-16N.
Douglas's F-16N. I'll find that one. It's here somewhere.
Douglas Weir.
Oh yeah, I found it. Okay. Roland.
I'm with Luke on the Werkstattwagen. That's my favorite.
Okay.
That's what I said.
No, it wasn't.
Norman.
Oh, gee. I'm going to go for Ian Douthwaite Scania Streamline. There's just so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Simon.
Oh.
And no, I'm not coming back to you. Pick one.
I've got about 7 this week. Roberts 109.
Roberts 109.
Robert Adams.
Yep.
Yeah, that's also nice.
Sam.
Ian Douthwaite Streamline truck.
Okay. Jim.
Another one for Ian Douthwaite's semi.
Oh,
Semi.
Al.
I'm going to have to go for Mr. James Clark's F-14A.
Oh, thank you, Al.
Stunning build.
Add that one as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul.
Werkstatten, mein Kommandant.
That's John Stone then, yeah?
Yeah.
All wagon.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Dan.
I'm going to go with. Oh, dear.
You're going to go for messy shit.
Yeah, I am actually. I'm going to go with Robert Adams and his BF 109.
Yeah, that was nice.
I apologise to John Stone because that was my second choice, but yeah.
Like a dagger in his back, isn't he?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, if he turns around, I'll stab him in front as well.
You have to give him his tenner back now.
Mr. Carswell.
Mr. Carswell. Oh dear.
I'm going to have to go with the Werkstattwagen by John Stone.
Okay.
And apologies to Tomcat 64 because that was a stunning build as well.
Do you know what? That was my third place.
Yeah.
It was very tricky. Very tricky.
And my vote's going to Ian Douthwaite with his Scania Streamliner. Because I think that's just epic.
That's also nice.
Anyway, what have we got? So in third place this week, not that it really matters, is Mr. Simon Shorey with his Jaguar XJS TWR.
Oh, that's guy.
That was
brilliant. Nice.
In second place is Ian Douthwaite with his Scania Streamliner.
Oh, yeah.
And this week's winner is John Stone with his German wagon.
What kind of wagon is it? what kind of wagon is it, Alan?
It's a Werkstattwagen or something like that.
Oh, the Scout version. Werkstattwagen.
It's a workshop wagon. Workshop wagon is fine.
Workshop wagon, yeah.
And Commandant.
No, it's very good actually. In all fairness to John, that is epic.
Yeah, well done, John. If you message me, we'll sort that out. Well done, mate. 20 quid voucher for Johnstown. Well done.
Excellent.
Well done.
Some wonderful builds in there.
Yeah.
Really
It was difficult this evening, wasn't it? There were some great.
Very, very tough call. Very.
I was going to say it hard, but.
As long as it's not about Ian Semi, I don't want to hear anything about hard. Anyway, yeah, so there we go. Well done, Dan. Well done, everyone shared the work, and well done to John and everyone else who took part. Well done.
We're belting.
Right, we've just got a giveaway to do now. We've got a £20 UMP gift voucher to give away, and all you've got to do is, when prompted by Alan, who will post starting numbers in the chat, you'll get 5 minutes to pick one number. I repeat, one number between 1 and 1,000. After the 5 minutes are up and you picked your one number between 1 and 1,000, we'll do a live random number generator, and the closest person to that number wins a £20 UMP gift voucher. Simple as that. So, we ready? One number between 1 and 1,000. That's one. I bet you still get people putting 2 or 3 in there. One number. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah. I will begin in 3, 2, 1. Start your numbers.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, it's at the end, isn't it?
How many numbers again?
6.
All on same
Does anyone want to get a number generator ready for me? Be a big help.
Simon's already on it, surely.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, Sam Shuri. Yeah, he's
Yeah, see what I did there.
Shuri, you can't be serious.
Oh no! What? I want to say something, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I was thinking a similar thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Dear. Could we include Mr. Carswell in something like that?
Oh, definitely.
Hey?
I know where Dan's going with this.
Oh yeah, and I'm not going to say it because I'm a grown adult.
No.
Really.
What have you seen? What have you seen?
That's news.
It'd be all wrong. Am I along the right lines, Dan?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. No, you far too well.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I missed that.
We'll tell you when we go off.
Yeah.
I need to go back and back the start. Oh, there we go.
Lost me.
By gum. Can you
Oh,
belly
Brian said he wants to cut. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Oh dear. Controversial.
Oh.
Somewhat.
Just enough, right?
He's off.
Oh, Phil.
Yeah.
Children.
Dan's lost it.
You're a legend,
You're
John.
down to 3 minutes, folks. 3
Well
minutes.
deserved. Well deserved win, John. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
You
it's
message
very
me
well
back. I'll sort that out for you. Yeah, very, very cool. Wish we'd see more in the Hangouts, though. That'd be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
My screenshot button's always ready for you.
We've seen the evidence.
He's escalated from bananas onto cucumbers now.
That was from bananas to crisps. Had a few. Brian's confused.
Oh dear.
Well, you out to Jaffa cakes yet, Claire? Somebody's left the gate open somewhere.
2 minutes, folks. You're down to 2 minutes.
Yeah, don't forget we'll be back on Sunday, 10 a.m. for a couple of hours. No Wednesday shows from now on, but we're going to try our best to be every Friday. Next week, we've got our interview with Roland, and the week after, we've got our Charles speed build. So hopefully, pretty interesting things coming up. I got another BMW build to probably put up tomorrow, maybe. Part 2 of it.
Ooh.
Then we get to part 2 of the Mustang, I think.
All right.
Cool.
Yes. And we're going to go off there in a minute. If you want bored, you want to come watch somebody play video games terribly, you can come watch me on Twitch if you want. That's what I'm going to go do in a minute. And I'm going to play Grand Theft Auto for a change.
1 minute, folks. You're down to 1 minute to dingling time.
I got my memory expansion today. Memory expansion. Memory. What a tit.
Wow.
What a tit.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I can play different things now, which is good.
Yeah, I got the new Formula One game today.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't play it yet.
No.
It was a 50 gig download.
Is that all? Tiny there.
30 seconds, folks.
I'll leave you in.
Apparently, raspberry filled donuts are better than Jaffe cakes.
Is that normal now?
Oh, yeah. Good to know.
I agree.
Ish.
Just eat a Jaffe cake.
Okay, for weeks. 10 seconds, folks. Down to 10 seconds. And we get down to ding-a-ling time in 3, 2, 1.
Ding-a-ring-a-ring-a-ring. Did she get in? Did she do it? Is she there?
I'll give you an hour. Go on then.
No, I'm at the start.
Oh.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No,
Uh-oh.
she must be asleep.
Must be.
She's nodded off.
There you go. Right. We need a random number Rooney thingy now. I've lost the hangout. There we go. Yeah, you ready, Si?
Oh, yeah. I am.
Who?
He was dreaming of Jaffe cakes.
Yeah, Simon just woke up then, Auntie. What? Hey?
No, raspberry donuts.
Mm.
Jaffa cakes. Yeah.
I had 2
Nom, 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 nom. Right, Simon's going to click this in a minute, and that'll be our winning number. As always, if 2 people pick the same number, the first person that picked it automatically wins. And if you think there is one, please don't shout out in the chat. That means don't shout out in the chat, i.e. don't shout out names in the chat of people who've won. It's quite simple. These guys will check out all the numbers, and Alan will announce the winner once everyone's agreed. So the winning number for the £20 UMP gift voucher is 331.
331.
Ooh.
331. Thank you, Simon.
No problem.
Take that off now.
Yeah, great.
Cheers, Simon. Much appreciated.
Couldn't find the button.
Not tonight, Brian. I'm going to play a different game. And if anyone's knocking around, there's my Twitch channel. Go over there. If you're going to comment, you have to sign up, but it's free. Dead easy to do. And I am playing by myself tonight because
Hang on, you're having a Twitch and you're playing by yourself?
playing by myself. Playing by myself. You want to come and keep me company while I try and get me around Grand Theft Auto again, which I've not played in 8 years?
Oh my good lord.
It's the same game.
I know.
Hasn't updated. Yeah.
And yes, I was too quick, guys.
Oh.
Yep.
Story of your life.
Yep. Yeah. All happy then, yeah?
Yep.
So
Yep.
today's winner is Adam with a winning number of 331. You hit the nail on the head.
wow.
What on?
Is that Adam? Just Adam. So Adam.
It just says Adam, mate. That's all it says.
Well
Yeah.
done, Adam. There you go, mate. Happy days. Yeah. Well done, mate. You message me and I'll sort that out for you. Console, Xbox Series S. Yeah, no. Not a PC masturbator race, no.
Ooh.
Yeah. Console, mate, because PC is quite hard to play in your living room on your sofa. I would. I'll be honest, if I could afford a gaming PC, I probably would.
Yes.
They are better, but console's convenient.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Aye. So there we go. Well done. Nice one, Alan. Cheers, fellas.
No worries.
Yeah.
Ah, he's a legend. Look at that. He's given to Monster Heroes. You star, Adam.
And
Well done.
Absolute
Nice one.
star.
Well
There
done.
we go. So yeah, that's us tonight. Action-packed show. It's been non-stop from beginning to the end. Al, haven't you got a channel you'd like to promote with your new thing?
Well, yes, I've recently purchased one of these quadcopter things called commonly known as a drone, and I've been taking
Through the nurses' windows.
yeah, quite high, and taking some videos. So I've chucked a couple up at the moment on my Al's photography and modeling and something like that. Channel on YouTube. So
Put the link in the chat.
Okay.
And yeah, go over to Al's page and have a look. Click on my Twitch thing and follow me because I need lots more followers and people watching me. I'll do it bad at the minute. Make sure you go check out Luke's channel, Mr. Carswell's channel as well, Black Rifle Model Works with an X.
With an X.
And he has toilet breaks with an X as well. And check out Mr. Luke Ward's channel as well, Scal Motor.
Oh, yeah.
Go over there and show him some love. And Mr. Dan Croak. We've got competition now, haven't we, Luke, in here with these two now?
Yeah.
It was only me and you with channels, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Healthy. They're all bloody at it.
It's healthy competition.
Well,
it costs you nothing to subscribe, does it?
Nothing to subscribe, and go and show some love to people who make content, because if you make content, you'll realize just how much effort it actually takes. So to get support, whether it be a thumbs up, a comment, comments mean the world to people. Trust me, it means the world.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah, it
commenting
really
on
does.
a live stream like this or a video you've made, it makes a big difference, and it really does spare you along with your videos.
Absolutely.
So take the time out to support. I try and comment when I can. My honest excuse is I spend all day doing this. When I go in the house, I don't want to watch things about modelling. I very rarely do. But when I'm in here, it's all I do. So, yeah, go and show the love. And we'll be back on Sunday morning. So we will see you then if you're around. If not, we'll see you next Friday. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for all these guys for joining in. Everyone that's watched and commented and left us thumbs up and a 3 thumbs down. Thank you very much. Love it. And yeah, stay safe, and we will catch you all again. So bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye, people.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.